Live from the liquor store, man. How's everybody doing today? And hey, you're in for a special edition of Cowboys UnCut. West Coast Cowboy will be on with us here shortly. But we went ahead and jumped off the live stream, man. So y'all know the usual rules and regulations though when y'all tap in the liquor store, man. First and foremost, when you slide over here, make sure you hit the like button. The more likes that you get on a video, the more that platform will promote it, man. So if you got love for your boy Henny, you got love for your boy West Coast Cowboy, you want to see the platforms do good, you want to see us prosper and do more good things down the road, make sure you hit that like button, man. Ain't gonna charge you a dime. And it goes a long way in helping the content grow, helping the channels grow, and showing support, man. So y'all make sure y'all hit those like buttons on the way into the liquor store. And on the way into the West Coast too, of course. Hey, salute to everybody already tapping in though. I see Double R in the chat box. It says sub HTM Sports, aka Liquor Store and Cowboy Nation 100. I appreciate you for showing love, my guy. Johnny Woods, I see you as well, man. He said tap. Hey, my boy done tapped in with me. Kirby Allen, I see you over there on West Coast Facebook page, man. Thank you for coming in and showing love. Metris Adams, what's good with you? Thank you for rocking with your boy, man. So, hey, man. So make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you also hit that share button. Over here in the liquor store, man, we got this thing going on. We are trying to manifest a 6th championship for the Dallas Cowboys. And, based off of the last game, we need all the good luck, all the blessings, and everything else going to our favors. So help us manifest a 6th championship. Share the content 6 times. You can share the 6 different Facebook groups. You can share the 6 different group chats, 6 different social media platforms. It don't matter. Just share the content 6 times, man, so we can manifest this 6th title. If you drop emojis like Donna Mamacita, drop 6 of them. You can drop 6 hearts. You can be like my boy Rico Jones and drop 6 shot glasses, man. But if you drop emojis, drop 6 of them. If you share the content, share it 6 times. And most importantly, though, after you hit that like and you hit that share button, make sure you turn right back around and slap the shit out of a Chargers fan, man. I know there probably ain't that many. I know you probably got one that maybe you got a distant cousin that's a Chargers fan, something. But it's Chargers week. That's the next op that we got to play. So if you slap the shit out of a Chargers fan, I will be able to give you half off on all the merchandise inside the liquor store, man. And we got exactly what you need to succeed over here, man. We got Cowboy readers, we got gin, we got hen, and everything else under the sun that can make you sin. So tap in with your boy, Hennythemoor, and come get drunk in the liquor store, man. Wes gonna be on here in just a minute, man. I just got the phone because a couple minutes ago. So that's why he already connected his pages. He'll be on just a minute. But we're gonna rock until he get on here, man. Tim Miller, I see you, man. Elijah Robinson, I see you. I see y'all practicing manifestation over here, man. Hey, I ain't got PTSD just yet, man. I got disappointment, but I got some disappointment, but I still believe in the team, man. We had one bad outing. We're not gonna sit here and act like the team not 3-2. We're not gonna sit here and act, like we ain't got enough talent to still do the things that we want to do on the season. So ain't time to panic, just time to regroup, refocus, and talk about these Chargers. So y'all hit that like button, y'all hit that share button, you slap the shit out of a Chargers fan. And also remember, we are holding a raffle over here in the liquor store, man. We're raffling off multiple prizes over here, man. It's $5 per entry. We're raffling off a copy of Madden 24. We're raffling off a Dallas Cowboy jersey of the winner's choice. And we'll also be raffling off a Dallas Cowboys bobblehead. So those are the 3 prizes available in the raffle. If you want to participate, all you got to do is hit the Cash App. It's $ Hennythemoor. Or because the page is monetized, you can send a super chat or a super sticker. So if you want to participate, $5 per raffle entry, and we'll be running the raffle all the way, up until November the 1st. Daryl said, how do I get in the raffle? All you got to do is hit the Cash App or hit the super chat. My Cash App is on the screen right here. It's $ Hennythemoor. Or if you come to my YouTube page, you can send a super chat or a super sticker worth $5. So $5 per raffle entry. You'll get for every 5 you send, you get a raffle entry. So you send $5, you get a singular raffle entry for the 3 prizes. You send 10, you get 2 so on and so forth. And we're going to be running this raffle all the way until the 1st of November. And on November the 2nd, we will do the draw. So you are interested in participating, just hit the Cash App or the Super Chat. All right, but now with all of that out the way, man, let's go ahead and jump into the content, because we all were reeling. We all saw what happened, but it's Chargers week now. It's Chargers week. Some of the players have spoken up, so let's see what they talking about though, man. So they talked to Tony Pollard today. This is what Tony Pollard had to say about the mindset of the team going into this game. So pretty much, and this is from John Machota. Salute to him. If you haven't given him a follow or a like yet, make sure you follow him on social media. Always gives you some top-notch, up-to-date Dallas Cowboys news and updates, man. So according to him, when he talked to Tony Pollard, he said guys are not panicking, not trying to do too much, not going haywire and things like that, locking in and focusing up, blocking out the distractions, and just getting ready for this week. Well, I mean, that's that, and we're honest, man. That's all he really can say. Let's keep it real. We can't line back up and play the 49ers again. If we are to play the 49ers again, we'll have to earn it, and we'll have to play them in the postseason. So we got to make it to the postseason. Odds are we'll have to win a postseason game, because the 49ers will probably be like a one or two seed or something like that. So, we'll have to catch them in the postseason. When we see them again, we will have earned it. So, you can't really fall to pieces right now, especially when we seen what this team can do when we are firing on all cylinders. I know we put a lot of stock into this last game as a measuring stick game, but dog, the Chargers are a good team too. We play the Eagles twice. We play a Rams team that's trying to be a playoff team. We play Seattle down the line. Like, we still play other quality teams, along the way. We play Buffalo. We play the Dolphins. So we will be battle tested by the time that we get to the postseason. Right now, your team is 3-2. You still have a top 10 defense. You still have good offensive personnel. So you can overcome this if you are able to put the stuff together. Offense will have to be better. Defense will have to be better. But it's not time to curl up in the fetal position and give up on the season. You're 3-2. Like, the time to tank is already passed. The time to tank is already passed. It's over with. So, and listen, you got too many players trying to play for contracts. You got too many coaches whose jobs are on the line. Right, you have to compete and have to be ready to move forward. So I admit it's a big game coming up. You feel entirely different about your team if you're 4-2 going into the bye week over being 3-3. So you definitely have to go out there and win this game. He said, "I don't want to see Dak out there with that gas face no more." Hey, we had a very bad outing. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like, Dak Prescott had a bad game. But, over the course of his career, man, he's won more games than he lost. So I will give him the benefit of the doubt to try and turn it around against the Chargers. Double R, what's up with you, man? He says, staying toxic. He said, Double R, famo, what's good? Steaks going on the skillet. Oh, man, my boy, they eating good, man. I see you, my boy. I see you. Trey Fargo, what's Gucci with you, man? I see you tapping in and showing love. But when you look at the Chargers, man, when you look at the Los Angeles Chargers, on paper, they have a great team all the way around, right? They got Justin Herbert. They got, hold that thought, man. Yo, we live, man. What's up with you? Hold on, let me call Cooks back. His phone tweaked out for some reason. Hold on. I know. I'm calling it back, man. We live in the building, though. Yeah, we live in the building, man.
Can they hear me?
I don't know. Can y'all hear Wes?
Can y'all hear Wes? Wes is the best. Hey, what's up with that game?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on right now. Can y'all hear Wes? I need a one or a two or anything in the building you can hear.
Can you hear me in your headphones?
You on the phone, cuz.
I know, but don't you have your headphones on?
Yeah, I don't hear you in the headphones. Johnny Wood says barely. Trey Fargo says no. Kirby Allen says no.
I'm on speakerphone?
You on speakerphone and you're on the same place where I'm talking at.
All right, let me see if I can go through on these strip.
Okay. All right, he gonna try to come in through the link and see if that works a little bit better. Yeah, he gonna try to come through in the link and see if that works a little bit better. But when you look at the Los Angeles Chargers, though, man, they got a good team on paper. You know, they got Joey Bosa, they got Khalil Mack. You know, they got the Kendricks boy that used to play for Minnesota. They got Derwin James. They got Asante Samuel Jr. You would think with that lineup of talent that they got one of the best defenses in the National Football League. They don't. You know, they got a very good red zone defense. They're not in red zone defense. No, the Dallas Cowboys struggle in the red zone. But they are a very bad scoring defense. Like they're the 24th ranked scoring defense. They're giving up like 26 points a game. They're not good at not giving up points. They give up a bunch of yardage. They give up a bunch of points. It might be a schematical thing because they are a too high safety defense, meaning that they're going to sit. You know, they're going to sit in a very light box majority of the game. You know, they like playing too high safeties, give their cornerbacks a little bit more support. But when you play a too high safety team, you can run against them because they have a safety outside of the box, and you can go deep middle against them because that area between the safeties is wide open. Yo, we're gonna try to bring West in right now, see if this thing works. If you see it popping in and out, it's just us trying to bring West in. So bear with us. Yo, Candy Hudson, what's up with you? I see you. Thank you for tapping in. Rico Jones, what's up with you? Derwin James, I believe Derwin James is supposed to be playing. You know, listen, everybody gets healthy when they play the Dallas Cowboys. Because that running back they got, he said it's a 99% chance that he'll play against the Dallas Cowboys. Matt Badden, what's up with you, man? They were tapping in and showing love. He said it's going to be hard for the Cowboys to beat the Chargers because the Cowboys still can't stop the run. Well, we'll see. He said we'll see how that works out, man. Because the Dallas Cowboys run defense is up and down. Like, we saw them shut down the Jets run game. We saw them shut down the Giants run game. And then we saw them shut down the Patriots run game. And we also saw them get destroyed on the ground by the Cardinals and get destroyed on the ground by the 49ers. So I'm not really sure which version of the Dallas Cowboys run defense we're going to see. Right, I'm not really sure what version of the Dallas Cowboys run defense we'll be able to see out there. He's trying to come on. He's having some technical difficulties right now. The Jets have a good run game. Breece Hall just ran crazy on the Broncos. He ran crazy on the Bills too. So you know they got a decent run game. They just didn't get off against us. Right, because Breece Hall is a very explosive running back. Yeah, Tim, we're hurting their linebackers. So, you know, I'm hoping, you know, that the signing of Rashan Evans can help the Dallas Cowboys at great lengths. So, yeah, but the Chargers defense is, on paper, they're a great unit. But, you know, everybody great on paper. Like, I can look at a bunch of teams with you know, that are not very good at their jobs and look through there and see they got top tier talent. You know, I can look through there and say they got top tier talent. They just don't play like a majority of the time. I have no idea. Now, Evans said that he would play if they allowed him. He said he could play right now. That's the quote that he gave when people asked him would he be able to play. He said he could play right now if they asked him to. But you know, right now, He said he's going to lead it up to the coaches. So I'm not sure if he'll play, but he appears to be in game shape. And we'll just see what the coaches decide. It's going to be a coaching decision if they can. It's going to be a coaching decision to see if he'll play. What's up with your Cuffing Cowboys fan? I appreciate you for showing love to the content, man. Thank you for rocking with your boy. Cuz trying to come on in here, man. So what do you think about number 33? Does Rico need more carries? I think you do need to give Rico more carries because he's earned it. Like Rico Dowd has outperformed every expectation that we had from him. He runs hard. He's more explosive than I expected. He's able to run in between the tackles. So I really like Rico Dowd, what he brings to the table. And, because you don't want to give Tony Pollard, 300 plus carries over the course of the season to keep him fresh, so he can stay explosive, he can stay a home run hitter, you need to have him. You need to have him out there. So I am not opposed to letting Rico get some more carries out there. He's earned that. He's earned that right. So overall, though, and really that's really my plan though for the Dallas Cowboys. Like running the football, attacking the deep middle of the field. Like you don't have to overcomplicate, certain matchups. The Chargers defense is who they're going to be. They're going to play too high safety. They're going to try and stop the run with a light box. It does not usually work. So you will be able to have your way with this team up front. If you can block up their pass rushers, and really I wouldn't even leave that up to chance. If you're able to run the ball, if you're able to utilize play action, take some shots over the middle of the field where they're vulnerable at, you should be able to put up points on this team. The issue, though, is which version of the Dallas Cowboys defense is going to show up. Because the Dallas Cowboys have played 2 top 15 offenses. When they played the Cardinals, they were a top 15 offense. They scored 28. The San Francisco 49ers are the best offense in the league right now in terms of points. No, I think they're the second best offense in terms of points. They scored 42. Right? So you played 2 top 15 offenses. Both of them got off on you. West Coast trying to come in. He has some technical difficulties. Joshua said F the Chargers. F them. F the Chargers, man. F the Chargers. JB2, what's Gucci with you, man? Hey, everybody make sure y'all hit that like and share button on the way into the building, man. I appreciate y'all for coming in and showing love. Said we got to be consistent on both sides of the ball. Yeah, man, we definitely got to be consistent. Because, hey, man, the Chargers can put up points. We give Kellen Moore a bunch of flack because of his situational play calling. His situational play calling is the reason that he is no longer with the Dallas Cowboys, because he will F some stuff up down the stretch of a game. But he does know how to score points. Like I will give him that. He knows how to score points for the most part. He may have some situational issues. He may throw the ball in situations where he need to pass. Sometimes he runs schemes against coverages that don't work. He has warts and flaws, but he does know how to score points. So right now, matter of fact, I'm gonna pull this up for y'all so y'all can take a look at it. I'm gonna screen share these numbers with y'all. I think we covered this before, but I do want to make sure to show y'all this. Oh no, that's 2022. Here we go, 2023. All right, share the screen. Here we go. All right. So these are the best offenses in the NFL in terms of points. If y'all did not know, Miami averaging 36 points, 36.2 points. San Fran averaging 33.4. Buffalo 31.8. Detroit 29.6. Philly 28.2, Seattle 27.8. See, I didn't even give LA all their props. They're averaging 27.5 points per game right now. So they're a field goal away from averaging damn near 30 points. So they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're the 7th best offense in the National Football League. So they're a top 10 offense. They score points. They definitely score points. A-Gang, what's up with you, man? They been tapping in and showing love to the channel, my boy. Salute to y'all good people, man. George Wallace, what's up, man? He said, 49er fan here. Think Dallas has a great team. Need to, however, get a top-notch linebacker and move Kirsch to safety. Yeah, man. Like when you play teams that want to run the hell out the football, playing big nickel, almost exclusively is not going to work. Like playing big nickel almost exclusively when you're playing teams that want to run the football and got a power run team is not going to work. Granted, because of the makeup of the NFL, you don't run into too many, but when you do, it definitely stands out, man. And hey, that was a very good point, George Wallace. Much love to you as well, my guy. Appreciate you for showing love, supporting, man. Yeah, man. Hey, they're gonna throw the ball around. But I will say this: they have had 4 games, and in all 4 games, they were not able to run the clock out in the games they were playing. Like every game that they played in, the opposing offense had the ball in their hand at the end of the game with the ability to win it based on the play calling of Kellen Moore. They were not able to run out enough clock and just walk out of there with a win. Like it's happened 4 games in a row. The Miami was able to beat them. The Chargers almost beat them. I mean, the Vikings almost beat them, but that boy Kirk Cousins ran threw a red zone pick. The Raiders almost came back and tied the game, but they threw a red zone pick. like they really had an opportunity to go 0-4, man. Like there was real possibility of them being 0-4 just solely based out the way that Kellen Moore was calling the game. So they got great personnel. And one thing I do want to point out. Mike Williams has been injured. Mike Williams is their 2nd best wide receiver. He's gone for the year. So it's going to be Keenan Allen and the rookie 1st round pick Quinn Johnston that the Dallas Cowboys will be going up against. You might see them target Parkham quite a bit too. He's a real big target for them. But yeah, they still got some good personnel, even with Mike Williams being out. So this is going to be a tough matchup for the Dallas Cowboys, man. Yo, hey, Jose Hernandez, what's up with you, man? Hey, I'm glad you were able to catch me live this time, though, man. Appreciate you for rocking with your boy. My boy D Boys for Life said Dallas better come with it. Hey, man, they do. They got to. I said so out the gate that this is a must-win game for the Dallas Cowboys, man. It's a must-win game for the Cowboys. Nobody is going to trust this team if we fall to 3-3. I said, do you think Mike will open up the Texas Coast offense this week? He has no choice, dog. He has no choice. Because playing conservative, playing this symmetrical mirror route concept offense, and if you don't understand what I mean by that, like when I say like symmetrical mirror route offense, they got the same amount of guys on each side of the football. They got like 2 guys over here, 2 guys over there. They're running 2-man concepts on both sides of the field. A lot of times they're running the same damn concept, right? So that's very vanilla. That's very vanilla. There's not really a very good offensive scheme when it comes to that, right? It's not really a very great offensive scheme when it comes to that. Some things that they can do to make the offense better, in my opinion, take a book out of these other West Coast offenses that you see around the NFL. The 49ers run West Coast, and they run it way better than we do. The Kansas City Chiefs run West Coast offense, they run it way better than we do. So just take a look at some of these modernized West Coast offenses. So NFL playoffs, end of January. January 13th is the first day of the NFL playoffs. So that's what they got listed on the when I Google it. January the 13th, 2024 will be the first day of NFL playoff games. So I hope we beat the brakes off the Chargers. I hope so too. So I'm just worried about if we can stop Khalil Mack coming off of 3 sacks. No, Khalil Mack, if I'm not mistaken, is coming off of 6 sacks. Khalil Mack had a 6-sack game. He had a 6-sack game the last time that he played. Let me tell you how good Khalil Mack was that game. He went into that game with 0 sacks on the season. He came out of that game leading the NFL in sacks. Now, the boy over there, what's his name? TJ Watt, he's past him already. Like he's at 8 sacks now. But you know, they've been on a bye week. So Khalil Mack, you know, he's one of the guys leading the NFL in sacks right now. Man, I don't know. He tried to come on here and he couldn't connect. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Yes, Khalil Mack had 6 sacks in 1 game. Yes. And listen, I love Terrence Steele. That's my boy. He's a bad man. I was happy the Dallas Cowboys signed him. He cannot really pass block like that. He can't. He had a pass blocking grade of 8. He had a pass blocking grade of 8, my boy. So let's see. But let's move along though, man. So we know they were talking to Dallas Cowboys players today, man. So Jake Ferguson said that he texted Dak Prescott after the 49er loss, man. He told that boy he was with him till the wheels fall off. And with Dak Prescott being the leader on the team, he said it's my job to follow him and run through a brick wall if he tells me to. So he feels very, very, you know, he's showing support to his quarterback, man. And listen, when you have a game like Dak Prescott just had, you need somebody in your corner. You need somebody, you know, that got your back, to tell you they still believe in you, to tell you they still got love for you, to tell you they still trust you, man. So hey, but you know, that's how you build a rapport with your quarterback, though. I can damn near bet you money that Jake Ferguson is going to get a bunch of targets, you know, a bunch of opportunities to make plays. Dak Prescott already likes throwing to tight ends anyway. They're big targets. They're safe. He's comfortable throwing to them over the middle of the field. So, you know, I can damn near bet, you know, that he's going to have a very good game. Hey, Sean Roy, what's up with you, man? He said, did we pick up a linebacker? Yes, we picked up a linebacker, former first-round pick. Yeah, he's a former first-round pick. Rashan Evans played on 2 national championship teams with Alabama. Came out of the same draft class as both Fred Warner and Leighton Vander Esch. So he got drafted in 2018. He's coming off of a 159 tackle season with the Atlanta Falcons. Now, he can't cover. He is not going to be somebody you can trust in coverage. But, you know. Yeah, they looked at Smith, too. They looked at Smith. So he's coming off of a very good season. I like him. I hope he can play for us this week, man. I ain't going to lie to you. You know, with Austin Eckler supposed to play, I definitely want to see, you know, what they can do. I'll shoot him a text because y'all can't hear him when I call him. Hey, prayers up, man. Prayers up, man. Prayers up to my boy DC for Light, Texas, my guy. Terry Chapman, what's your opinion of what an average season is? What's your opinion of what an average season is? Rico Jones, what's up with you, man? He says, let's see what Cuz said. He said can't cover. Nah, he can't cover. But he will knock your eyebrows off if you run up on you try to run that ball. You know, he gonna come through, knock your eyebrows off, man. He's a run stuffing, gap filling, downhill linebacker. Right? Very willing tackler. Just so far this season is average. It depends on what your thoughts on average is, man. Y'all beat multiple teams by like 20, 30 points. You beat a team by 40 points. Now you got your ass whooped by 30 plus points this last game. Don't get me wrong. It was humiliating. But if you're 4-2 going to the bye, you're still one of the best NFC teams in the NFL. And you're only getting better. You'll only be getting better. Let me see what's going on. See, this Cuz trying to come in right now, man. I don't know. He might be having some connection issues. I believe once the 49ers lose, there will be a game plan out on them. I mean, listen, we're going to have to see if they lose. All right, so Terry said 10-7. I don't foresee the Dallas Cowboys being that bad. Hold on, Cuz, say something.
What's up with you, man? It's your boy West Coast.
Woo, damn, man. I was concerned for a second.
Bruh, this you gotta have really good. You gotta be in some really good service. Hey, I mean, it's a new platform, so they coming along, but you gotta have some really good service to use this. That's all I'm gonna say.
I feel that, man. So, hey, man, tell everybody what your thoughts are on your initial thoughts are on the Chargers, real quick.
Well, they are a top 16 offense in the NFL.
7.
Huh?
They're the 7th best offense in the NFL right now.
I know. I was trying to say, I was trying to say a big number so that it wouldn't make it look so bad. But yeah, I mean, theoretically, they are one of the better offenses that we've played so far out of our 5. On paper, they should be the best offense that we've probably played outside of the 49ers.
Yes.
I would think they're a little bit better simply because I think that Justin Herbert is a little bit better quarterback. Cowboys statistically have done pretty good versus the Chargers, though. You know what I'm saying? Like the last time we lost to the Chargers was in San Diego, I think. But other than that, since they've been in LA, we've beat. I think we've only played them one time, though. I think, but we
played them once and we beat them.
Yeah, and we beat them. So yeah, and so I'm pretty confident in the Cowboys. But one thing I will say, man, is this is gonna be. Bro, if Dan Quinn give up 40 points to Kellen Moore, oh my God, that would just be a horrible resume bullet, bro. And I'm gonna tell you this right here. I feel like the Cowboys brass have this. I think they have this allure of what they feel Dan Quinn is. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. If he give up 40 points, win or lose to Kellen Moore, bro, I feel like that's gonna be tainted just a little bit. So. I feel Dan Quinn is gonna. I mean, when I first saw this game, I was like, Dan Quinn's mission is gonna to hold them scoreless. Like I promise you, that's gonna be his goal.
Mm-hmm. And I agree with you because it can go one or two ways, right? It can go one or two ways because they got a bad defense and they got a good offense that can score points. It might devolve into a shootout. And then the other way it could go is like Dan Quinn spanks Kellen Moore, and he shows him he's a superior coordinator. Like it's only going one or two ways. It's either going to be a shootout or Dan Quinn is going to beat them boys to sleep.
Yeah, well, Dan Quinn defense then gave up damn near 1,000 points in the last 2 weeks, bro. So it's weird. It's weird right now around these parts, bro. It's really weird around here these parts, bro. Mm-hmm. And I mean, not in the last 2 weeks, but in the last 2 losses. So I mean, I just want to feel like good coaching says that you make mistakes, you watch film and then you start correcting. Like I just want to see that we see corrective behaviors in this game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's gonna in the middle, there were things that I felt that that are on film now after 5 weeks that we should just be able to look at and just be able to observe and be like, okay, maybe we shouldn't do this as much. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm gonna tell you this right here. Something that the Cowboys got to see, motion on offense and defense needs to happen. First off, motion has to happen on the offense because the best touchdown that Dak has thrown all year to Cavante Turpin, guess what he was doing? He was moving before the ball got hiked. You know what I'm saying? That boy was on the move. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? He caught the little slot back slipping. And I mean, you got to think like this. Cavante Turpin with a head-on speed running to someone flat-footed, because you know at defense, there you're standing still. No matter if you're in drop step or if you up there ready to press, you're not moving. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So so Cavante Turpin, when he came across the field, that boy was in full speed. Like he was in full speed when he was in full speed when he hit the damn slot. Slot didn't have no chance, bro. And it was a nasty throw by Dak.
Yeah,
So
there
I
was a
like
dot. There
that.
was a dot.
Yeah, it was nasty. That was a nasty throw by Dak. And so I see that and I'm like, dang, we gotta incorporate that much more because defenses have a problem with that, right? But then I
Mm-hmm.
go look at the game on the same token, bro. The 49ers wore our ass out with motion, bro.
Whole
Like
game.
the whole game, bro. Like I'm gonna tell you this right now. There are some of these teams, they're gonna test your conditioning, bro. The 49ers, I'm gonna tell you another reason why them dudes is good is because they test your conditioning, bro. Like your ass had better be in shape because you're gonna be running before the snap and after. Like the
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys, I don't think they was ready for all that, bro. I don't think they was ready for all that movement. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I believe you. Hey, 1 second. Shout out to Double R for the $2 super chat. He said, "Salute Cowboy Nation. Let's fucking go Cowboys." Hey, salute to you too, my boy. But yeah, man, that's one thing I will also add, and that's another thing I will also say about the way that Mike McCarthy's running his offense. He has way too many mirrored concepts, man. And when I say mirror, they're running the same damn play on the other side. So
And you know what? And I'm gonna tell you, if your offense was really, really good, you'd be okay doing that. But you're basically mirroring one bad play with another one. You know what I'm saying?
but I'm also say this because you're in a timing based offense. If you're running the same play on this side, the timing doesn't change just because you got to get backside. So if you choose this side pre snap based off the defensive alignment, and neither one of those guys win on the concepts, you can't go backside because the window for them is already closed. So what he needs to do is give them more backside options. They need to like if you're running a concept on this side, the other side needs to be a different set of concepts or a different set of routes. They're going to bring the receivers back into Dak Prescott's line of vision, so you can actually have a 1-2-3 read instead of just 1-2, and that's it for this side. I can't go backside. So
Yeah,
that's
and I'm gonna tell you
that's
this
one thing
right
they need
here.
to fix real quick.
And I'm gonna tell you this right here. Dak Prescott likes throwing the ball underneath. Okay, that's fine. But let's switch out the names of the jerseys that he's throwing the balls underneath. Like, you know what I'm saying? Stack CD Lamb. If Dak, because at the end of the day, bro, he wants to throw 8, 9 yard passes, right? I'm not tripping as long as you throw those to 88. You know what I'm saying? Nobody would have a problem with that.
I
Like,
mean,
yeah,
I got one more thing to say about that. Like Dak Prescott don't mind throwing deep over the middle.
I know he don't, but I'm just saying the
No,
plays that the play calling is not. They're not calling plays for that though. You know what I'm saying?
and that's exactly what I'm saying. Like you cannot be a good offense if you don't attack every area of the field. Because remember, we're going to play the Chargers. They sit in cover two. They sit in too high safety looks. So if you're only throwing to the boundary, you are not going to be able to beat this team like that. You got the only weaknesses in their passing defense is deep middle. So if you're not calling deep
Hold
middle,
on,
then what? How the hell are you going to beat a cover two team?
hold on. Go ahead, cuz. Okay, keep on talking. Let me put you on pause real quick.
No, go right ahead, man. Because like, and that's another thing. Like, we have trouble defending against teams that attack every blade of grass. We don't know they're going to attack deep middle. We don't know they're going to attack the flats. We don't know they're going to attack on the deep third. We don't know where the hell the ball's going. You're a good offense when you can stretch the defense in every area of the field, and they don't know where the hell they need to line up and be at. Man, teams know the Dallas Cowboys, and it's on paper. You can look at the numbers. We are not even trying to throw the ball deep over the middle of the field. Like we're not even trying. And I know people will say, "Well, Dak threw a bunch of picks over the middle of the field last year." Yes, but he also threw a shit ton of touchdowns too. So if you don't target the deep middle of the field, you're not going to get the touchdowns. You may not throw the picks, but you ain't going to get the touchdowns either. And let's be honest, like Dak Prescott had 1 year of throwing interceptions. Like Dak Prescott to this day still has one of the best touchdown to interception ratios in league history. That was an issue that would have resolved itself if you had just let that man play through it. But you basically have neutered Dak Prescott in this current scheme that you got, because you're not really playing to his strengths. You're not really letting him, you're not really using him in play action like you're supposed to. You're not putting him out on bootlegs. You're not getting him on the move. You're not letting him throw deep over the middle. Like all the things that made us think that Dak Prescott was a top 10 quarterback, you're not letting him do. So, you got to fix the stuff. One of the critiques that I had to Kellen Moore, was he wasn't always playing to Dak Prescott's strengths. Well, man, this time you're not really playing to it at all with what you're doing right now. Alan Martin, if you don't understand basic football conceptual talk, then I'm sorry. Because when we talk about scheme and different things like that, that's not an excuse. That's just
Head
what's going on.
southeast toward Nelson Avenue East.
I'm sorry.
Well, what'd he say?
He said we're gonna make excuses for him. We're talking about the offense as a whole, schematics and different things like that.
It's the thing. It might be an excuse for him. It might be an excuse. It doesn't, but is it true? Is it not true though? Because remember, a lot of people don't know what the word excuse means. An excuse is the truth that you won't accept. You know what I'm saying? So it might be an excuse. It might be a valid excuse, but it's still the truth. So yes, we are making excuses for him because the excuses are valid. That's like if you told your daughter she had to be home by every night by 11:30, and then she blows her tire out. Well, guess what? When she comes in the house at 1 o'clock in the morning, she's gonna tell you, Dad, well, guess what? My tire blew out. Now you can look at her and tell her, well, that's an excuse. You know what I'm saying? Well, it is an excuse, but it's still the truth. It still happened. So yeah, we are gonna make excuses because the excuses are valid. You know what I'm saying? Just like people want to say, oh, the play concept. Well, listen to me. When you have tight ends that are not moving the way your last tight end was moving, guess what? You have to compensate for that. When you have pass blocking that's not pass blocking the way it normally is, you got to compensate for that. And I'm gonna tell you something else that the Cowboy Nation has not done. We have never given this team time for all these changes. You guys was down for all these changes. It's like we have a secret recipe for mama's macaroni and cheese, and then somebody comes in there and says, hey, I want to add this, I want to take away this, I want to add this, I want to take away this. Well, guess what? At some point, you're going to put that mess on a plate and serve it. And that's what we're doing right now. We switched out our starting tight end, we switched out our starting running back, and your offensive line just played together for the first time last week. And Cowboy fans, we were so arrogant to think that we was just gonna go out here and just be non-subjective to any of these changes that happens to every team that makes moves like this. Like Sean Payton is probably one of the greatest football minds of all time, and that dude is having a hard time.
Yeah.
You tell me Sean Payton can't, bro. Sean Payton, listen, I almost tweeted today. When I saw Russell Wilson on that third down, I said, oh, my God, Sean Payton is a horrible play caller. But then I thought about it. Damn, maybe it's Russell Wilson.
Hey, it's a game again now, 16-8.
Oh, yeah, 16-8. If you got the Kansas City under 20 points at this late in the game, you should be happy and you should be trying to beat them.
I'm trying to see it's only like 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
But Dak is also getting a ridiculous amount of overpressure too, man. Like, don't get me wrong, like the dude he had a bad game, and I'm gonna tell you, it's definitely warranted. How y'all feel? It's definitely warranted, but it's now Thursday. Let that shit go, bruh. Like, by now, you guys should have come to your sentence and be like, oh yeah, Cooper Rush. But the real problem is some of y'all be honestly thinking that the Dallas Cowboys will move just as good with Cooper Rush in there. And that mess is not factual. Not even close. Yeah. So it's like, that's just what it is, man. Patrick Mahomes got more interceptions than Dak Prescott right now. And that's a fact.
I mean, there's plenty of people that got more picks than Dak right now, but we ain't concerned about that, man. I know people that want to see him perform better or whatever. But, I believe he will. Like, we're acting like Dak Prescott loses a bunch of games.
No,
And
he just lost the game that they really, really wanted to win. And I
yeah,
wanted to win too, man. But you know what?
I mean, heck,
Beating San Francisco twice in San Francisco, maybe that's not in our, because guess what? Think about this. Your season still may come down to you beating San Francisco one time.
yep, yeah,
Your season can still very easily come down to that.
and this is the beautiful thing. At least we lost to the 49ers week 5 and not in the postseason. We can still redeem ourselves this year against the 49ers.
Yeah, and you have film on a team that you're gonna have to play this year. So I mean, the bright side is it is what it is, bro. The bright side is we about to give it to the 49ers, and all this aggression that we got toward these not the 49ers, we about to give it to these Chargers. And these Chargers, listen to me, we gotta be 4-2. Like we gotta be 4-2 going into our bye. Like that's all that matters.
Exactly.
Before the season started, I made a season prediction that the Dallas Cowboys at the bye would be 4-2 question marks. The 2 question mark games that I felt that the Cowboys could win or lose was the Jets and the 49ers. Well, we beat the Jets and we lost to the freaking Arizona Cardinals. 49ers was still a question. If you go look at my prediction, I predicted that I did not say the Cowboys was going to win the 49er game when I first saw them schedule. I had it as a question mark. Said, I don't know. So theoretically, the Cowboys win this Charger game, bro. We're exactly where I felt they would be, and that's 4-6. That's 4-2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
if you cut the season up in three halves, I mean, there's not. I mean, what is that? 6, 12, 18? There's not 18 games. There's 17 games. You're basically 12-5 at worst. If you do what you just did right now, over 2 more times, you're gonna be 12-5.
Yeah, I still got faith in the team, man. Because at the end of the day, you still got one of the better rosters in the NFL. You just ran into a buzzsaw, Sunday night.
You ran into a buzzsaw and you was not prepared for it either. I don't give a damn what no Cowboys gonna say. Cowboys say whatever. I mean, Micah already said it, bro. Micah said, I didn't feel like we. I mean, people be saying it's a bad thing that Micah got a podcast, but it's also a good thing because we now know way more than what we did know. And that is even Micah Parsons felt that they weren't prepared for that game. So my thing is not. I mean, life is too short to ask about why, bro. Forget the why, bro. Why she left? Who gives a damn why she left, bro? Figure out why she coming back. You feel me? That's the most important. You feel me? Life is too short for that, bro. So, and when you look in football, what do you think? When you look at football, you say, bro, I don't give a damn why you was not prepared. I don't care why you weren't prepared. I don't care. Life is too short. We only got 12 more games. Who cares why you weren't prepared? I want to know what we're going to do going forward to ensure that does not happen again. And then you just move forward. You know what I'm saying? But people be saying you got to burn that film. Hell nah, you need to learn from that film. You got your ass beat.
Nah.
You will learn from it. You know what I'm saying?
Trey Fargo.
But I'm going to tell you this right now. You, Cowboy Nation, you going to feel worse. You lose to the Chargers.
They damn sure will.
You going to feel, you think you feel bad now, boy. You think you feel bad now. You think you can't go to your to the water cooler at your job right now.
But hey, Trey, we ain't going 10-7. You were 12-5 last year with a worse team.
I know all the 3 Charger fans in California, and I promise you, all 4 of them, because there's gonna be a new one as soon as if they win, that's gonna be calling my phone talking about, did you see the game, bro? Did you see the game? Did you see it, bro? Did you see the game, bro? So yeah, man, let's focus on these Chargers. Justin Herbert, listen to me. They want Justin Herbert to perform well. The NFL is expecting a good game. That's why we on Monday Night Football. This is Justin Herbert. They're going to put this Justin Herbert versus Dak Prescott because these are 2, quarterbacks that are basically, the cream of the crop as far as the NFL right now. But it's really Dak Prescott versus this whack Charger defense. And then Justin Herbert versus a defense that honestly, bro, like I think that you're going to learn more about this defense from this game than any other game because, bruh, it's cool to shut a team down. But, bro, I want to know how you respond after you get your ass beat, bro. Like, for real, get dog walked, bro. Like, do we have that dog in us still, bro? Do we take it out on the 49ers? I mean, not on the 49ers, on the Chargers. You see what I got on my brain. Do we take it out on the Chargers? Like, the goal for this game should be 0 points, bro. Like, it should be 0 points. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but the mindset going in this game is, bro, Kellen Moore does not score.
I mean, and this is the thing. It's going to be dependent on how Kellen Moore then play it too. If Kellen Moore comes in here and try and throw the ball all around the yard, and he's playing right to our hands, we have issues stopping the run, but we damn sure can still sack the quarterback. We can still get interceptions. We still got a very good pass defense.
And he
So
gonna throw the ball 40 times, so you're gonna get action.
yeah, so you'll get a chance. You'll get an opportunity. Because this is still a very good pass rushing team, pass defense. We'll sack the quarterback. We'll force turnovers. We'll get picks. Everything else.
People ask, do I think Michael Parsons should play more linebacker? Nope. The linebacker you just brought in should play more linebacker. Yeah, you mean.
I don't know. I think it will help Mike a little bit because he gets ran out the damn field when you leave him attached to the line.
I mean, this is my mind. This is my thing though. The film say the Cowboys can't stop the run. So if you're an offense and I see Micah Parsons back there playing regular linebacker, my whole offensive line just got a Saturday. You know what I'm saying? You just gave the whole offensive line a day off. So now it's gonna make that. I mean, I'm not saying that the pass rush isn't gonna be affected, but that pass. I mean, honestly, I mean, he's built his body to be a pass rusher. Let them pass rush, bro. Like the Cowboys shouldn't have. The thought of putting Micah Parsons back at linebacker, like a standard linebacker, should never even been a thought, because you should have had bodies and other things in place, so it shouldn't even happen. I hate when people take people and put them in positions where they can be okay. You know what I'm saying? It's like taking Zach Martin out from being a guard and making him be a tackle. Like, bruh, why would I want to take Zach Martin out from being the best freaking guard in football to be an okay tackle? No, let him be great. You don't have too many players that are just great. You know what I'm saying? That boy is great at pass rushing. He just need to get that pass rush needs to leave for more tackles for losses. That's my only issue with Micah Parsons is this. Why you don't have tackles for loss? You know what I'm saying? How do you not have tackles for loss if you're rushing the pass or if you're rushing the quarterback? The quarterback don't freaking throw the ball every time. Sometimes he hands it to the running back. Why are you not hitting the running back?
Man, he overruns the play.
A lot of times. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I say, like, for me, I don't necessarily want Micah. I mean, have a linebackers, bro. Let your linebackers be linebackers. Micah Parsons a defensive end. Let him be a defensive end. You know what I'm saying? Let him attack that, especially in this game where I think that Justin Herbert is going to try to throw the ball 40 times. Because you got to think like this. If you're Kellen Moore, the only way you can really show your strength and who you are is throwing the football, bruh. Kellen Moore is not about to try to run the ball on us, bruh.
Shit, they've been running the ball this year.
Yeah, but when it come to us, bruh, you about to see some stuff you ain't never seen. Kellen Moore be out there looking 32. When he play us, he gonna look 50. Watch.
All right, let's see. NFL. Well, listen, if they don't run the ball, then I feel like we'll win. If they don't run the ball a lot, then I feel like we'll win this game going away.
But you feel me on that? Because, like, bro, let's just be real. We both know that a lot of Kellen Moore, reason why we didn't like Kellen Moore is because of his arrogance, bro. Like, he just wanted to do stuff he just wanted to put his fingerprint on games, bro. Like, it's over, bro. What is we throwing the ball? We're up freaking 14. We're in Green Bay. These dudes is laying down. They talking about the draft. Why are we still throwing the ball? Like, what is we doing? You feel me? So it's like, for me, I feel it's going to be very, very, very. You got to think, this is not a team that he left. This is a team he got fired from, bro. Kellen Moore's throwing that ball, bro. Justin Herbert's throwing that ball, bro.
Derek Rory said they're going to throw the ball to the damn running back. You're probably right, because Austin Eckler is a pass-catching running back.
Like, and you got to think, that's the only way he gets his retribution is by throwing, because handing the ball off 30 times, bro, that's not going to be they're not going to give Kellen Moore credit for that. No offensive coordinator gets credit for running the ball. I'm going to tell you proof of this. Who's the offensive coordinator for the Tennessee Titans? I have no clue. I have no clue, bro. No clue. And they've been running the ball good for 8-9 years.
Trey Fargo, I do agree with that. He said stat padding and auditioning for a head coach position is what Karen was doing.
Yeah, bro, but I'm gonna tell you, the only way that he gets his fingerprints put on this game and he gets that retribution that he wants is if he goes out here and his quarterback throws the ball 40 times and throws like 5, 6 touchdowns, and that the wide receivers are open in a spread formation. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, this is the game that you really, I think, wanted Diggs, but I think them losing a receiver kind of helped us out too, though.
Yeah, hey, everything balanced out. That's another question I got for you. Who do you prefer on who? Do you want Stephon Gilmore on Keenan Allen, or do you want Stephon Gilmore on Quentin Johnson?
Brad, I want Stephen Gilmore on the side. He's supposed to be on. This team is this. These corners are not good enough to travel, bro. You know what I'm saying? They gonna have to. Everybody gonna have to put their big shoes on, put their big drawers on, and get it popping. You know what I'm saying? We're not good enough to. We're not good enough to travel
I
because
am
you got to think.
I'm concerned about him on Johnson.
Yeah, that's why I don't want. But think about this. That's why I don't want him on no Johnson no 20 plays. You know what I'm saying? Like if he travels, he gonna be on him 20. You gonna put him at bigger risk. You know what I'm saying? But if you just let him play on his side, then guess what? Unless the Chargers are just gonna leave him on one side the entire game, which would make their offense one dimensional, then guess what? You gonna have he gonna get a break every now and then.
True.
So that's why. And you got to think like this. This is something. What I say? Man, I just lost my train of thought. What was you saying?
Nah, you were talking
Oh
about
yeah. That's and that's I know now. Something else that people always forget too is that when one corner travels, the other corner has to travel too. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't leave both corners on the same side. So it's like it's not even about Gilmore. If Gilmore travels, that means freaking your what's the boy Bland? He
Ron
got to
Bland.
travel. Deron
Yeah,
Bland got to travel too
I
because
mean, I'll
he
be
has
fine with that because I want to run Bland on Quentin Johnson, and I want Stephon Gilmore on Allen. I just don't think that he can keep up with that speed.
Yeah, but I don't want to play after play too. Get them dudes a break. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
this
think
I got a better question for you. I got a better question for you. Do you think that Dan Quinn should probably get out of some of the man coverages that he's in? Can we
I
get some
think
more
I
zone?
think I think Dan Quinn need to get his ass out that booth. That's what I think he need to do. You mean, bruh? Like when you lose about 30, bro, you need to look a dude in the face, bruh. That's the only thing I don't agree with Dan Quinn. You need to get out that booth, bruh. Like ain't nobody trying to you down by 30 points and you in the booth calling plays from down below. I ain't trying to hear that, bruh. I need you down there ripping off into somebody's yin gang. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the
Man,
one thing I think. That's the one thing I think Dan Quinn needs to change. And I know that's his philosophy, but bro, you got to do what's best for your team. And I think for this team, with the attitudes and the aggression that they have, bro, Dan Quinn being down there in front of them dudes, I think that'll make a world of difference. Because you got to think like this. If not, then who's down there? Then who's the vocal leader that's down there? It needs to be freaking Dan.
mhm.
So that's the one. That's one. Okay. That's the one thing I would. That's the one thing I would change.
Yeah, I can agree with that. But I still feel, like listen, playing man in the NFL is hard. That's why so many teams throw in cover 3 and throw in Tampa 2 and everything else. Like it's hard to play man defense all game. We were getting away with it because we had Trayvon Diggs, Bland, and Gilly. So you had 3 very very good corners around there. But in his advanced age, I don't really want him running with anybody that got that extra gear still.
Not no 20, 30 plays.
Yeah,
And you got to think like this: if as long as they don't travel, that also means there might be times where Gilmore is not even guarding anybody. Because if you travel, that means everywhere he go, you gonna be on him. You know what I'm saying? So that means you'll have a responsibility on every single play. But if they line up on the opposite side and it's only one wide receiver set and do double tight ends, then guess what? Technically, you in zone, you just got an area you got to cover instead of you being basically in man. I mean, bro, I'm gonna tell you this: like trailing receivers is something I would do like for a play. I would never, me personally, I would never believe in doing that for a whole game or an extended amount of time. Like, I just feel that, like, There's no receiver in football right now that I feel that I would have to trail, bro. I don't feel like those Randy Moss dudes are in the league anymore. They're just not there no more. Like there's a bunch of really good receivers, but even like Devontae Adams, like bro, I'm not trailing him, bro. I'm gonna throw my dude. If I play Devontae Adams, I don't feel like I have to put Diggs on him 40 plays. I think Bland can get over there and work with him.
Hey, listen, you know that Bland is the highest graded cover corner in the NFL right now, right?
I believe it. But you get what I mean? Like, I think that's giving a wide receiver way too much respect right out the gate. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think, bro. Like, dudes be getting into it with their baby mamas, bro, and waking up on the wrong side of the bed and don't play good.
Hey, that's
Like, it
part of life.
happens, bro. It happens, bro. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen, bro. You feel me?
You ain't lied. You ain't lied.
So that's why I say, bro. I don't believe in. I don't believe in. Oh, because you're such and such, bro. Those dudes just don't. They're not in the league no more. Those type of receivers aren't in the league no more. Like, you know what I mean? Like those one, like, you know what I mean? Like there are good receivers in the league, but like those icon receivers like that we had when we were growing up, those dudes aren't in the league no more. Like I think Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, I think they had the smell of it, but Justin Jefferson, bro, he about to get lost. He seeming lost it. Both them dudes is lost in the sauce right now.
Oh, Justin Jefferson just hurt. He's not on. He's on IR.
I know that's what I'm saying. He that's what I'm saying. He out 4 weeks. I said, damn, imagine all them fantasy football teams dead.
Shit, hey,
Dead, bruh.
I don't like that he's hurt, but I was gonna play him this week. So God is good,
Bruh, but I'm just saying, imagine, bro. He was taking like number 1, number 2 in like 99% of leagues, bruh. People waited 6 months, bruh. 6 months to draft Justin Jefferson for him to be out 4 weeks, bruh.
Darren
And I'm gonna tell you that.
Cause Darren Sutton asked the question. He said, "Is Deuce Vaughn activated for special teams?" I don't. If cause they gave him the special team snaps when Turpin got hurt. If Turpin can't go, it will probably be Vaughn.
Yeah, well, I mean, to keep it real, it need to be Deuce Vaughn going forward because Kevontae Turpin is too important for your offense to be playing special teams.
Yeah, that man got 2 touchdowns.
Like if I'm not mistaken, he got hurt on a special teams.
Yes, he got rolled up on out of bounds, getting tackled, trying to return.
Like to be honest with you, he is your, and it's crazy. It's crazy. Friend of the show, friend of the show, friend of the show, friend of the show. It's crazy to think that Kevontae Turpin is like one of your most explosive offensive players right now. That mess is crazy. Shout out to him, right?
Shout out to Turp, man, Turbo Turp. D Boys for Life said, "Is conditioning lacking in NFL?" Nah, these some of the best conditioned
Spend a whole
athletes
lot of money.
in the world. But injuries happen. Injuries happen. It's a very physical sport. Like you're gonna get tired. You're gonna get hurt. Like this is real life gladiator school in the NFL, man.
Yeah. So I mean, my thing about this check is fine. My thing about the Cowboys is this, man. Cowboys are going to have to, more importantly, they're gonna have to manufacture what they miss in Kevontae Turpin. More importantly, I think they need to understand, I think, why he's been effective in this offense. For one, he's the only guy that they consistently move. Everybody else, including CeeDee Lamb, is standing still when the play starts. You know what I'm saying? That's a new.
I do want to know where did that go? Because they were using some motion and stuff to start the season. It's like it's evaporated.
But I'm gonna keep it real. Pre-snap motions and stuff like that. That ain't never really been the Dallas Cowboys. Like that ain't never been us.
It ain't been the Cowboy, but when you move to the West Coast offense, that's sort of what you were expecting. You were expecting that. You were expecting some more play action. Like we were using screens to start the season. I didn't see a screen in that in that 49ers game till the game was out of hand.
Yeah, we don't do screens no more. We don't do that no more. I don't know if you got the memo, but we don't do that no more, bro.
Man,
that's hogwash.
And listen, like say what you want, but like those screens were basically an extension of the running game. Like we were effective with those screens. Those were very good drive starters for us a lot of times, man. And we were even doing the fake screens and getting chunk plays off of them. So like you can't do a fake screen if you don't do a real screen. We didn't see none of that against the 49ers.
Yeah, man. And man, our offense, Our offense is our offense is
all
kind
over
of
the
boring.
place.
So I have it in my car. Hey, yeah, it's in my pocket. Um, our offense is just, man. You know, I think the number one thing we need to focus on right now, and like there was times last year when I didn't agree with the play calling, but execution was still was still at a good was very high. So I think the number one thing we need to do is right now we just need to out execute some of this stuff, man. Just like you know what I'm saying, like your quarterback has to play. I'm gonna be one to say it. Your quarterback has to play better.
I
You got. I mean, he's the only person that I can say can play better because I've seen him play better. I ain't never seen Jake Ferguson play better. I ain't never seen freaking Tony Pollard. I've seen Tony Pollard play better, but I don't think he's physically able to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're asking guys to do stuff they ain't never did before. But hey, man,
well,
I gotta get off here because my phone about to die.
hey, well, go ahead, man. We're gonna rock out for a little bit longer, man.
All right, what's the score on that game?
Over with 19-8.
Oh my gosh, Sean Payton. I'm at man. Now y'all think I'm just curious. Y'all think it's play calling? What y'all think is over there?
Everything.
Hmm. He said, I think it's everything. I heard that. All right, my boy, I love you.
Hey, love you too, cuz I'm gonna holler at you. Yeah, man, we gonna rock out for just for a little bit longer, man. That was my brother, West Coast Cowboy, sliding in here and showing us some love, man. Yeah, offense was bad, man. Offense was bad. Damn, the offense for the Broncos is horrible. It could be worse though, right? The boy scored 8 points. He said it's club Shay Shay. What's up, Choctaw? He said Kansas City run kinds of damn screens. Mike McCarthy better. Yeah, listen, man. When you think West Coast offense, man, you're thinking slants, you're thinking screens, you're thinking dagger concepts, you're thinking things like that. You know, like and listen, the Dallas Cowboys started the season running a lot of screens. Like we were running a lot of screens. We were targeting CeeDee Lamb a lot earlier in the season. It hasn't really been like that over the course of the last couple games. Well, at least over the course of this last game. Right? I think the Dallas Cowboys got away from who they really were. They got away from who they really were when it comes to their offensive play calling, offensive play design. So, I need to see them be better, but I believe that they can, man. It was I'm not trying to give them an out. I'm not trying to give them an out at all. But it is a new system. It is a new play caller. It's a lot of things. Zay Thomas said my head killing play sheet. And no, I have not gotten it yet, but hey, like I said, it will be this weekend. I will have it by Saturday when I do my Saturday show, as I told you. So, as y'all do know, I do have to put on a 49ers hat on the podcast because I lost a damn bet. But, it's better than losing a little bit of money. Hey, Terry, it looked basic because it is basic. Right? It looks basic because it is basic. Like like when you look at if you look at the way that other teams are running their West Coast concepts, it's not really stagnant. It's a whole lot of motion, a whole lot of misdirection. Hey, shout out to my boy DC for Life Texas for the 2 raffle entries, man. I thank you for showing love and supporting. If y'all want to be like my boy DC for Life Texas and improve your odds of winning a copy of Madden 24, a Dallas Cowboy jersey, or a Dallas Cowboys bobblehead, all you got to do is hit the Cash App at the bottom of the screen. It's $ Hennythemoor, or you can hit the super chats or the super stickers. So again, thank y'all for supporting and showing love. He said, get a blue 49ers hat. I'm going to go in here to Lids over the weekend, see if I can find one. I'm gonna go in there and see. Oh, Neil, you say you hit me with the super chat, man. Let me go in here and see, dog. Hold on, let me go over here and see because I ain't see it. I don't see it at all, kinfolk. Oh, there it go. There it go. Hey, salute to Neil for the $5 super. I sure didn't even see it, man. It didn't pop up on my thing. He said, "What's up, gents? Slapped all fours." Saying Charger fans again. They're not gonna have lips by the time Monday gets here. I have no idea why it didn't show up in the live stream. But hey, I appreciate you for the $5 super. And that also got you a raffle entry, man, for one of the 3 prizes. So I thank you for showing love and support, my guy. Yeah, West Coast went ahead and got off of the West Coast went ahead and got off of it. His phone was finna die. So West Coast is gone. But we're gonna rock out for a little bit longer, man. Queen Cowboy Sports, what's up with you? They were tapping in and showing love to the channel. Salute to you for rocking with us, man. So now that we talked a little bit, man, let's see what the actual Dallas Cowboys had to say. I read y'all some quotes and everything else, man, but what they did have some locker room talk. Have y'all seen what they said, in the locker room when they talked to everybody? Because they talked to Brandon Cooks, they talked to Jake Ferguson, they talked to quite a few of the players. So really, I haven't actually seen what Brandon Cooks said either. So we'll actually take a look at what he had to say, and we'll move along like that, man. We'll see what some of these players had to say about the game and how they're still supporting the boy and everything else. Yeah, offense and defense both have to play better. Like, I know the offense was god awful, but the defense still gave up 42 points. And in the words of Richard Sherman, I even hate to quote Richard Sherman because he's shiesty as hell. But in the words of Richard Sherman, like, his defense went out there and won a NFC Championship game with Russell Wilson throwing 4 picks. Right, so he's an offensive player. He's a future Hall of Famer. He doesn't want to give the defenses outs like that. I don't fully agree, but I do believe you're a good defense. You're a good defense. But this is Brandon Cooks and his feelings on. So I'm gonna stop this music. I'm gonna play Brandon Cooks. This is gonna be my first time hearing what he has to say too. Hope it's something awe-inspiring because I need a little bit of motivation.
Praise with new offense, or could you just talk about why there's been no consistency, identity, or whatever you want to say about what's going on offense?
I mean, I think at the end of the day, we really just simple. We just got to execute. Every player got to be better. Guess you can call it natural growing pains, whatever you want to call it. But we 5-6 weeks in. We just got to continue to just go back to work and do the things we said we was going to do and what we worked on in the springtime, get on the same page, timing, etc., getting open. And at the end of the day, that's what we just got to do.
From what we saw, in OTAs and training camp, I mean, you and Dak seemed to have a rapport and you were getting the ball a lot. Is it a little surprising you haven't had more opportunities come your way? Do you feel that's going to happen, or just where you guys?
I'm definitely trusting the process. What I do every single day, regardless, good or bad, I'm coming in here and I'm going to work. At the end of the day, you think about some of those games that we won. Defense put up points. We got ahead early. Rain game at the beginning, whatever the case may be. I'm trusting the process, and that's what I'm always going to do. At the end of the day, just work harder. And that's what I think to myself. Come in, work harder, be better. So when those opportunities do come, be ready.
You've been in a lot of different places. What is this offense's identity? What are y'all trying to be on offense?
Well, we got so many playmakers on this offense, right? And so, the thought process is when you have that many playmakers, you get the ball to them. But right now, like I said, as receivers, I take it personal. We got to be better. Whatever the identity is, we got a great run game. I think we got a great pass game. We can talk about it. We just got to be able to show it. And the only way that you do that is go out there and put up points and move the ball. Let's not get it twisted. We've been moving the ball very well throughout the year. Just some of those 2 games we lost, we didn't do that. and we absolutely just got to be better. Simple as
CD
that.
expresses frustration, and he's talking to Mike, and I'm sure you've been there. How do you help him as a veteran guy, a guy who's been around a little bit longer than him, to say, hey, it's going to be okay?
Yeah, I just continue to tell him, trust the process. I've been in those shoes before, being a younger guy. I get it. He's a competitor. At the end of the day, he wants to win, and part of that winning is, in his mind, and which I believe is him touching the ball. But we just got to trust it. And that's what I tell him. Just trust it. Come back, go to work. Like I say, just work harder. And then, when we look up, when we are doing it, we're going to look back at some of those growing pains and be like, man, I'm glad we went through those things early. We hit adversity now, but it's a long season, and we're going to hit our stride. I truly believe that.
Will your younger self be as patient as you are now?
To be honest with you, no, I don't think I would have. But I also have, vets, doing the same thing that I'm telling CD now. Like, man, trust it. It's going to come, and when it's come, it's going to come in tenfold. And I truly believe that for him. I believe that for our offense. But like I said, the only way to do it is just to do it, and enough talking about it.
You talk about receivers taking responsibility. Getting open, is that something receiver thing, scheme thing?
It's everything. It's everything. But personally, I say just for ourselves, when we look at the film, look ourselves in the mirror and don't worry about everything else. Control the things that you can control, and that's getting open. And whatever the play called, trust that process, trust that play, and do our best to get open. Period.
So your second time going through a loss here. What have you seen from Jack as far as how he rebounds in these weeks?
He goes back to work. Win or lose, he's going to get back to work his tail off, and that's what you expect from your quarterback, and that's what he's doing. And his demand from us, goes up, and I love it, because at the end of the day, he takes a lot of the heat, but really, we all can help him in some sort of way.
Can you talk more about that? I mean, Ferguson was saying, he's getting more work after practice with Jack. Is there a lot more of that going on in these types
More
of
work, more film together, letting him speak on how he sees things, and, us adjusting as pass catchers. At the end of the day, what he wants is what he wants, and then we got to make it work as receivers. So you're seeing a little more of that. But, yeah.
When you run a go route, kind of for the love of the game, and you attract two DBs with you, and it opens up for someone like CD. How much pride, even though you don't get any statistics from that,
I love every bit of it, because, as long as we moving the ball, and they paying attention to me deep, and guys like CD, whoever the case, getting open, at the end of the day, I just want to win. I truly mean that. And so whatever it takes, I'm willing to do. Yeah.
Is there a moment earlier in your career where you were outwardly agitated with not getting the ball? Was that ever you?
I feel like there were some moments in my younger career where that's happened. I look back at them. I don't regret it. I just learned from it, right? And I try to, be that voice for the younger guys. Like, I've been through that situation before. At the end of the day, that emotion outwardly ain't worth it. I get it. But we all kind of learn, right, in our own ways.
Why isn't it worth it? Why doesn't it work out?
Because you can, for me at least, you go down this rabbit hole of thinking about getting the ball, and then when it does come, you're not ready because you're so emotionally involved in when you weren't getting it. And that's speaking for myself in my early years.
So you slammed a few tablets in your day.
Perhaps a few tablets, maybe more so in private than in public, but don't I ain't perfect, you know what I mean? I've been there before. I get it though, like, I want to win, and so we competitors. It's all a part of the game.
Speaking out, is that just a composure thing? You can't help yourself when you're frustrated, about not getting the ball, or what goes into it?
Just emotion, It's emotion in the high stakes game. Yeah. All right, guys.
Thanks, Brandon.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brandon.
All right, and that was that boy Brandon Cooks. A couple things I'm gonna take away from what he said, because one, they said that they're getting a little bit of extra work in with Dak Prescott. He said that. Jake Ferguson also said that. He also said that Dak Prescott, his demands from them, has increased because he wants things a certain way, and and he said that's what they're gonna try and give him. So I know it's new for him. He just got here in Dallas. They just implemented this Texas Coast offense. I'm not going to say that Prescott is without fault, because he's had some bad games, but he also has some decent games. We've seen Dak Prescott air the ball out and have success doing it. So the hope for us is that we're just going through growing pains. That this is not the final product that we're going to get with the offense. That has to be the hope for the season going forward, if we're being honest. Because the current way that the offense is set up, man, is not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it. So that has to be the mindset. That has to be what we're holding on to. We have to hope that the offense improves with time and reps and understanding of, where guys need to be, and understanding of the scheme and concepts and things along those lines. We have to hope that we're a better offense, week to week to week, than we were last week. Granted, it's going to also help that you're not playing the best defense in the NFL. You're not going to play another top 10 ranked scoring defense until December, right? You're not going to play another top 10 ranked scoring defense until you play the Buffalo Bills. The Eagles are decent, but they're like 13th or something. I think the Eagles are the best defense that you play for a long time. Oh, you talking about that throw to Cooks? Yeah, it was a very tough throw, right? It was a very tough throw on like the verge of his limit. Like, he got the ball there, he just couldn't get the ball there accurately. Like you said, he was under duress, flushing from the pocket, had to flip his hips and throw the ball down the field 60 plus yards. Now, I give him an A for effort, because at least he got the ball to Brandon Cooks. He just ran out of real estate. So, I know he wants that throwback. That's the kind of throw that separates Dak Prescott from a Patrick Mahomes or a guy with a bigger arm. But, it wasn't a bad read, though. I know a bunch of folks are talking about he could have hit CeeDee Lamb. We just seen, what happens when you throw back across your body, right? Brandon Cooks on a linebacker, is always a good option. Is always a good option. So I don't have any ill will of him trying to attempt that throw. But hey, I believe this team will be better, man. He said, not good. They need a challenge every week if they get too comfortable. Man, listen, playing in the NFL in itself is a challenge. And let's be real about it. The Cardinals were one of the worst. The Cardinals were one of the worst defenses in the NFL, and they still gave us issues, right? Just because on paper we don't play another top 10 defense until then, doesn't mean we won't be tested. Doesn't mean they won't play us tough. We're the Dallas Cowboys. Like, when we come to town, that's when they're gonna have their highest TV ratings. That's when their stadium is gonna be the most packed. That's when they're, that's when they got to get up for that. They get up to play the Dallas Cowboys. So just because on paper we're not gonna play another top defense does not mean they're not gonna go out there and play their hearts out against the Dallas Cowboys. And again, even with the Chargers having a bad defensive rating, they still got a future Hall of Famer. They still got an all-pro pass rusher. They still got an all-pro safety. They still got a very good corner. They still got a former Pro Bowl linebacker. They still got talent. So, they're going to get up to play the Dallas Cowboys. Everybody will. Frank Cartwright says, who's the starting linebackers now with LVE out? It's going to be dependent on if Rashan Evans can play this week. If Rashan Evans can play this week, I expect for him to start and Damone Clark to start. Dallas Cowboys will still, unfortunately, probably be playing big nickel. So J-Ron Curse and all those other safeties will be on the field too. But your primary two linebackers will probably be Evans and Clark. It'll probably be Evans and Clark. So, that's what I'm expecting right now anyway. But, let's move along. We saw what that boy Brandon Cooks had to say. Matter of fact, I'm glad you brought up Evans. There's about a 2-minute clip of them talking to Rashan and how he's feeling right now. So let's see what Rashan Evans had to say about Jordan and Dallas Cowboys. This is gonna be my first time hearing from him as well. So here's that boy Rashan Evans. Here's a 2-minute clip of him talking, And hey, anytime, Frank Cartwright, you know I got y'all, man. So yeah, hear that boy Rashan Evans. We're gonna see what he got to say.
I think it means a lot, just to be able to have the Cowboys, be able to see something in me, to be able to bring me on board. It's definitely an exciting moment for me, and I'm definitely excited about it.
How do you fit into what DQ wants?
I think DQ, man, he's an aggressive coach. He coached at Atlanta, and I guess he saw some similarities in the way he coaches and his playing style and the type of players that he likes. So I think it meshed really well for him to be able to come bring me on board.
How long do you think it takes you to get up to speed? What's that want?
Oh, no, it don't take me too much. I think at this point right now, I was training all season really just to, be on a part of somebody's team. And at this point, they saw something in me. And now that I had the opportunity to be on the Cowboys, I'm ready whenever they're ready.
For those who haven't seen you play, what are they going to see?
Physicality at the end of the day, I try not to, be too savvy in my words about how I play, but, I think I try to leave it up to, whatever's been shown on TV. So, I can't wait to that opportunity whenever that comes.
Have you been watching any of the Cowboys in general? What have you seen from the defense?
Oh yeah, for many years. It's funny too to be able to have an opportunity to be able to play for the Cowboys. My mom and them, they love the Cowboys. My family love the Cowboys. So, they're very excited for me to be able to be a part of this organization.
How exciting is it for you to come in a situation where you're trying to help the defense get their groove back after what happened in San Francisco?
Oh yeah, I think still, even with the defense situation, I still think they're elite defense. Whatever key components that they're missing, whether it's something at the linebacker, whether it's something just intensity, anywhere that I can fit in and try to help out at. I think that's what I'm here to do. So the defensive coordinator and also the coaches as well, they've emphasized for me to be able to just come in and fit in where I can, and I'm just excited for the opportunity.
You're training for this opportunity. You're waiting by the phone. What were the last couple of days like?
It was actually pretty smooth. They made it a very easy transition for me. Just like I said, being able to come off the couch is not normal for me. But, at the end of the day, that's the thing about being a pro. You just got to be ready at any time. So, as soon as they made the call, I came and got my bags, packed my bags, and, made my way up here.
Is it going to help with them having to buy the following week? Basically gives you 2 full weeks before really they...
Yeah, almost definitely. I would say that too. Even if they didn't have the bye week, I think too, I'm a rep guy. I like to have a lot of reps. So even if we were preparing for another game, I would love to be able to go out there and have as many reps as I can, just to get, just a feel of the game and, get back in the groove of football. So, either way, it's still a plus either way.
All right, man. So that was that boy, Rashan Evans, the new pickup for the Dallas Cowboys. That's what he had to say. And I like him. Hey, JB too. I like the boy too, man. And I like the boy too. Over 150 tackles is 150 tackles, man. That boy is always around the ball. So, I like it. I like the dude, man. He was actually on the Eagles roster. He asked to be released from the Eagles. I don't know if it was he felt like he didn't fit there. I don't know what went on, but he asked to be released by the Eagles. They granted him his release, and now he's a Dallas Cowboy. But he was on the Eagles practice squad. Asked to get released, and now he's with the Dallas Cowboys, and will be playing a big role because Leighton Vander Esch is going to miss a lot of time. Man, there's only 12 games left in the season, and as of right now, if I'm not mistaken, he's slated to miss in between 4 and 6 weeks. So if Leighton Vander Esch missed 6 weeks, he's probably going to miss like half of the season. No, he got released by the Eagles before the season started. He asked to be released before the season started. So he has no snaps. So the last tape of him was playing in Atlanta where he put up 150 tackles. So Yeah. He got released. He got released before the season even started. So he has no stats, no metrics, anything right now. He says Jones. You talk about Mikael Jones, the boy we picked up. I'm not really sure what their plan is for him. Because he has no experience really. Because he's a raw rookie. He was a undrafted free agent that got picked up by the Chargers. Damn, the team that we're playing. So he's he was an undrafted free agent for the Chargers, and you know, he has no stats either. I mean, yeah, Zaytoven, that is true. That is very true. Well, Dallas, listen, the Dallas Cowboys, I hate to say it, but they do let politics get in the way. They paid Leighton Vander Esch. They've already paid him. So they want to recoup some of that money that they spent for him. So whether we agree with it or not, Leighton Vander Esch is going to be a Dallas Cowboy. And really, because you already lost DeMorvion Overshown to injury, you've already released Jabril Cox, and you released Devin Harper. You're very thin at the linebacker position as it is. That's why you went out and picked Mikael Jones. You picked up Mikael Jones. You know, you've been elevating Malik Jefferson. So you're already thin at the linebacker position. He said they got him to share the Chargers secrets. Hey, you don't really need the Chargers secrets, man. Like if you can't figure out what the Chargers are doing on tape based on what they're doing and how poorly they perform, then you know you're not good at your job. Charles White, I don't mind playing. I don't mind moving Michael Parsons around. Like that's just me personally. Like I don't mind moving him around because it's harder for a defense to account for him if he's not attached to the line. You can't run at him as easily. You don't know where he's at. So I don't mind moving him around. Yeah, we're gonna listen. I feel like we're gonna beat the Chargers, and if we don't, then if we don't beat the Charger, it changes how I feel about this team. Not gonna lie to you. If we're not able to beat the Chargers, then I feel completely different about this team than I felt about them before. Hey, we try, Matt. We try. He said, "How much confidence do you think Mike has for his running backs?" I mean, at one point, Tony Pollard was a top 5 running back on this season. Like Tony Pollard was top 5 in rushing yards at one point, right? So like Tony Pollard has skills, but I just need to see more from him. Hey, I did, Quandale Dingle. I said that twice. Now listen, I have not yet picked the Dallas Cowboys to lose a game because I believe in the Dallas Cowboys roster. And listen, there's been a clear path to victory in every game that the Dallas Cowboys has played. There's been a clear path to victory in every game that we played. The Dallas Cowboys they just have not executed every time, right? Because I picked them against the Cardinals as I should, because we're a better team top to bottom. We just didn't play like it. I picked them against the 49ers because I felt we had a better array of weapons, and based on the outcome of the last couple of games, it didn't pan out like that. Right? So I have confidence in the team, but it doesn't mean that they'll go out there and play their best football. Oh yeah, we definitely have to worry if we don't win this game. He said, "Watch Kellen Moore do things he never did." Hey, that's just like that. It's just like that ex you broke up with. Like all the things you asked them to do in a relationship, they want to do when you get out of a relationship. So that's Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore is that ex that want to change out of spite. Frank Wright said, "Bro, I hope we can beat the Eagles. I don't care about the 49ers game." And listen, beating the Eagles twice has more bearing on your season, than beating the 49ers. If you beat the Eagles twice, then you have a very, very good opportunity to win your division. If you're able to win your division, you're guaranteed to be at least a top 4 seed. You're going to be the 1, the 2, the 3, or the 4. And you're right. Nobody expected Purdy to play at this level. I thought Brock Purdy was going to be a game manager still. Brock Purdy is in the MVP conversations. So, I did not expect that jump to go from Mr. Irrelevant to be in MVP talks. I didn't expect it. It said, tell how the Dallas Cowboys beat the Chargers. First and foremost, keys to victory for beating the Chargers. Like I said earlier in the show, the Chargers like to run a too high safety look. When you're running too high safety, that means you're going to be staying in a light box for a majority of the game. When you're up against a light box, that means you should be able to run the football effectively. When you play too high safety looks, the middle of the field is open, right? And for y'all that don't know the terminology, too high safety means middle field open. That means there's nobody in the middle of the field to take away the deep shots down the middle of the field. That's where you should target. Middle field closed mean you're playing single high safety looks most of the time, meaning that you should be able to attack the seams, so the seams will be open. So they're going to be playing too high safety looks. You should take advantage of the structural integrity of that defense. Run the football, play action, and take shots down the middle, right? So that's really the schematical disadvantages of playing that coverage, and it shows in their defense. There is a reason why they give up, so much yardage and so many points. Right. So those are the things that you should do to attack the Chargers defense. Now, your defense, the scheme doesn't really change. You want to force the ball into Justin Herbert's hand. Not because Justin Herbert is a bad quarterback, but pass rushing, pass defense is the strength of your team. You struggle to stop the run, but if you make this team one-dimensional, regardless of how good Justin Herbert is, Micah Parsons will get home. DeMarcus Lawrence will get pressure. You will be able to sack the quarterback. So you want them to throw the ball about 40, 45 times. That's the way that you win. When you throw the ball 40 times or more, that gives you an opportunity to get your hands on the football. The run blend will get interceptions if they throw the ball a lot. Michael Parsons will get sacks if they drop back and throw the ball a lot. So you want to stop them from running the football. You want to make this team as one-dimensional as possible, sack their quarterback. You want to unleash your hounds. That's the strength of your team, not the run defense. So really, you want to win on first down and force them into second and long and third and long and live with the results. That's really all you can ask of them. The 49ers, you really didn't get an opportunity to do that because they ran for 170 yards. They ran for 170 yards. So they were able to play action. They were able to live ahead of the sticks. They were able to do everything they wanted. And, your defense struggled because of it. What's up, Todd Cowboys? I see you. They were tapping in. Mary Roberts said, I wish Mike would have kept 30% of killing old plays instead of 7% like he said, really starting to tell the similarities. Dallas Cowboys just need to be better in their spacing. They need to be better in their play calling. Guys have to have more discipline on their routes. Dak Prescott need to see the field a little bit better, depending on the circumstances. So there's a lot of things that need to be better in the overall offense. Mostly execution, man. Mostly execution. They got to execute better. If your job is to pick somebody on the route, make sure that you pick that guy so that guy can get open. Hey, what's up with you? 55 SA Richburg, I see you. I mean, hey, Dingle, if you go all the way, you go. I have nothing bad to say about the 49ers. Y'all won fair and square. I have nothing to say about them. So, hey, you won fair and square. We just going to try to win the rematch if there is one. I'm going to let you get off because, hey, y'all got bragging rights right now. So I ain't tripping. But, what would be weird if there was an Eagles fan in here talking crazy on a body they ain't catch. You know what I mean? That's when it gets weird. People going out there trying to take credit for a win your team wasn't involved in. Like these guys that don't beat the Cowboys that be in here talking crazy, those are the ones. Those are the ones that are weird. But let's see. We got some more guys that gave interviews, and we can see what they talking about. We can see the morale of this team going forward, man. So let's see. Because I know Jake Ferguson gave an interview, so I want to see what that boy Jake talking like. Matter of fact, Tony Pollard and Jake and Damone Clark gave interviews. None of these are long, so we can watch all of them. And that's a good thing about having just like 3-4 minute interviews with players. You can watch them all. If the boys lose Sunday, I might get thrown out my house because of my language. Hey, man, it be like that. Eagles ain't beat Dak Prescott in 4 calendar years. Listen, the last time the Eagles beat Dak Prescott, we did not know what COVID-19 was. Like, COVID-19 didn't exist the last time that the Dallas Cowboys lost with Dak Prescott to the Philadelphia Eagles. So, it's crazy work. Crazy work. But, yeah, man, here's that boy Jake Ferguson, what he had to say in regards to this. I actually did. Oh, and then they talk about Derwin James on his prep for Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. So I'm gonna watch. We're gonna watch what Derwin James and them had to say about us too, because I'm curious now. I damn sure ain't watched that yet.
We're still gonna get that Peyton Hendershot energy in our room, and that's what we need sometimes.
As far as this offense, pretty obvious you guys haven't gotten going to the point you want to. What's the vibe and what's the mindset?
Yeah, definitely haven't seen the numbers we've obviously wanted, but at the same time we know we're a good offense. We know we can put points on the board, and I think it starts this week with everything we're doing, meeting extra maybe, or getting on the field after practice, running certain routes extra, working a little bit more on red zone. Just getting as an offense and clicking a little bit more. So when we do get in that red zone opportunity, we're making points and we're scoring.
It's talked about all the time, but obviously there's a lot of criticism all over the place for Dak Prescott. You're in this building. What do you see from him this week?
There's always going to be criticism. Just kind of being here for the last 2 years, you're always going to see some sort of, no matter what it is. And I think I texted him after the game, and I'm like, I'm with you till the wheels fall off. And, it's just kind of he's being in that leadership role, and it's kind of my job to, follow him and run through a brick wall if he tells me to. So it's that kind of mindset going into this, and it's like, hey, I got your back. You know it too. And I'm just going to do my best to keep getting open and keep getting work done, keep getting yards.
We always talk about how incredible of a leader he is, but he's obviously human. He's got a rebound from something like that. What's your vantage point of what that rebound looks like?
I think it's not getting too high, not getting too low. Keeping that neutral mindset into this whole week where, hey, we know what we need to work on, we know what we need to do, but not being overloaded, not kind of driving yourself into the ground. And I think him as a leader, he does a great job of making sure everybody's on their P's and Q's without kind of being overloaded and kind of doing too much. And I think that's perfect. When after today, for example, there's just some things that routes on air where I was like, hey, didn't quite feel like. He's like, perfect, let's just get it after practice. So we ran a couple of them, and then we talked for about an extra 10 minutes on just what it's like. And visual learner or auditory or whatever it is, I'm kind of both, but it just helps when you got that guy getting in your ear, showing you, running you through it a little bit more extra. So when it does get to game day or live reps, it's lights out.
I mean, at your position, you're going to directly run into Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa on Monday. How would you break down each of their games and the challenge of blocking and facing them?
Yeah, I mean, there's a challenge every week. So I approach it the same way I approach every week. Do my film study, do my extra meetings with Coach Wells, study the guys I'm going against. But this is the NFL. There's going to be great guys I'm going against every week.
With that extra work you're talking about that you're doing with Dak, are you seeing more of that across the board after a game like this?
I think a little bit more, but more in the sense of on the stuff that we need to hit. Hey, this should be and can be automatic against any sort of defense. And I think that's going through that sort of stuff and just being like, hey, we can, pick the low-hanging fruit when we need to, get some yards after the catch and stuff like that. That's what we're really focusing on.
As far as, every time there's been a game over at SoFi that the Cowboys have been in, there's a huge Dallas fan turnout. How much are you guys looking forward to that?
SoFi's a pretty cool stadium to play in, and it is always a little nicer when you see a little bit more Navy out there.
Thanks, Jay. Appreciate it.
All right, and that was that boy Jake Ferguson. So yeah, man, he said he riding with Dak till the wheels fall off, man. And that's real, man. When you play like that and the world is against you and you're feeling down and you're feeling like and you're feeling like everybody's against you, it's always good to have somebody speak up for you, man. It's always good to know that somebody's in your corner. It's always good to know that people still believe in you, man. So that's big for Jake Ferguson to stand with Dak as he goes through this. And listen, man, I believe they still trust Dak Prescott, man. Like Dak Prescott is a legitimately good person. It's going to take a lot before they turn on Dak Prescott because he's a good dude, man. Like even with Dez Bryant and Amari Cooper, I know it didn't work out on the field, but they still got love for Dak Prescott. You know what I mean? Like even when it doesn't work out on the field, it seems like people still, tend to have love for Dak. So I don't think that he'll lose the locker room. I don't feel like he'll lose the locker room, and I feel like they'll play better. Like there are some things that work that just didn't get executed right. Like there's still time to put this together. There's still time, for this offense to be a good unit. We seen this offense score 30 points this year. We seen this offense, do a bunch of good things. Hey, man, when he plays bad, he plays bad. He don't play bad often, but when he plays bad, he plays bad. But we also know that boy, can play lights out. You know what I'm saying? We seen him go toe-to-toe with Aaron Rodgers, a rookie, in a playoff game. We seen him retire Tom Brady with a 5-touchdown performance. We seen him have a game-winning drive against Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. Right? We seen Dak Prescott play some very good football before. And then we also seen the two 49ers games. We seen the 49ers game from Sunday night. So, I know the potential of Dak Prescott. I see the potential of Dak Prescott. But I also know there'll be highs and lows, but you can never get too high and you can never get too low. Right? When we beat the Jets or we beat the Jets or we beat the Giants, we didn't say that we were the best team in the world. The same way we can't get too low on this. Right? We can't get too high, we can't get too low. He said Trey Fogo, has he peaked? I don't know. But the peak of Dak Prescott, his best year was 37 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. Right? Down there, a 4-to-1 touchdown interception ratio. He was top 3 in completion percentage and all that other stuff. So if that is the peak, if that's the best that he can be, that's good enough to win with. Right? That's good enough to win with. So the question should be, is his peak enough? That should be the question. If that is the best that Dak Prescott can play, and we can get that version of Dak Prescott again, will that be enough to win with this defense? And I believe so, because you were averaging 30 points at that point. So the question shouldn't be, has he peaked? If the best we've seen Dak Prescott played, is that good enough to win the Super Bowl? And I believe that should be enough. Said, did Dak Prescott decline? I don't know from a 5-game sample size. I will have to reassess that at the end of the season. Yeah, and that's a very good question. Has he declined? We all know. Let's be real. He's not the same athlete that he was. Like a lot of the things that he did to get paid, like he can't move like that no more. Like he can't move like that. He has flashes of being able to extend the play. He has flashes of being able to run for first downs. But he ain't the same dude that used to front flip into the end zone no more. He's 30 years old. And he plays a contact sport. Like he's not moving like that no more. You know what I'm saying? The moment I got 30, my knees disappeared. I can only imagine. How Dak feels. So, we'll have to see. Like I'm gonna give it the other 12 games. I'm gonna give it the other 12 games before I decide if he's declined or not. Because as crazy as it sounds, like Dak Prescott could still throw for like 30 touchdowns this year. He can still throw for 30 touchdowns and do all these other great things because there's still 12 games left. The question is, Steven holding him back. I mean, I do want to see Dak Prescott play, get played to his strengths, right? Because the Dallas Cowboys, if you look at the passing chart, he's not throwing the ball. They're not asking him to throw the ball over the field. You're not asking him to throw the ball over the middle of the field, and that's one of his strengths. So I need to see some changes to the offense. I don't think anybody is happy with the at least I ain't gonna say they're not happy with the scheme, but they're not happy with how the scheme was utilized in that San Francisco 49ers game. I don't think anybody is. I don't think Dak was. I don't think the receivers were. I don't think even the coaches were. Yeah, Lucky Johnson. Like I'm not out on Dak yet. I'm not out on Dak yet. I mean, they should know, but just because they know doesn't mean that they always do. They always do it. Yo, what's up with you, Michael Nelson? He said, HTM, you drinking that liquor late tonight, bro. I appreciate the content. I appreciate y'all for supporting it, man. I appreciate y'all for supporting the content, man. That's why I jump on here and show y'all love. But hey, before the CD being held hostage, man, I do understand why CD Lamb is frustrated. Like you're 88. I don't feel like you should give CD Lamb the 88 if you're not going to allow him to be targeted like a number one wide receiver. Like I just feel like even in the screen game, like you can give CD Lamb 5 targets on screens alone. You can give CD Lamb on 5 targets in screens alone. Yeah, CD's frustrated. CD's frustrated. I'm Dak frustrated. We'll see what happens. It said facts. Jerry forced 88 on him for his pockets. Yeah, and what's crazy is he forced the 88 on him for jersey sales, and he's trying not to give him targets now that it's close to time to pay him. I think that came from up top. I think the decision not to give CD Lamb targets came from up top. And really, especially in this offense, if you're not the primary guy in the progression, it's hard to get the ball. Listen, Lucky Johnson, nobody gonna talk about interceptions this year because Dak Prescott's not leading the league in interceptions. The same way that nobody is talking about yards allowed by a cornerback since Trayvon Diggs didn't give up a bunch of yards the previous season. Like they only make these narratives when the Dallas Cowboys are involved. They only made it a narrative about yardage when Trayvon Diggs was getting all those interceptions. They had to try and cut his knees out from under him. They only talked about Dak Prescott's picks because he's the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. It's always an ever-moving goalpost. Always an ever-moving goalpost. But hey, man, y'all remember, y'all make sure on the way into the liquor store, y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all hit that share button. Make sure you slap the shit out of that one Charger fan so you can get a discount over here. And make sure y'all hit that Cash App or that Super Chat, man. We're still running a raffle for these 3 prizes right here. We're running a raffle all the way until November the 1st. That's your last day that you can send. We're raffling off Madden 24. We're raffling off a Dallas Cowboy jersey of the winner's choice. And we're also raffling off a Dallas Cowboys bobblehead. So if you want to participate, if you want to join in, or if you just want to support the content and look out for your boy, the Cash App is at the bottom left. It's $ Hennythemoor, or you can send super chats or super stickers to enter the raffle or support the content. Thank y'all again in advance. So let's move along, man. We just talked about Jake Ferguson. Yeah, listen, they have a bunch of bullshit statistics for, when the Dallas Cowboys are involved. But I do want to hear from Derwin James. I want to hear how they're preparing for the Dallas Cowboys. This is also a little 3-minute video. So this is some footage from the ops. This is some footage from the ops over here. My sister's a Steeler fan, Mr. Henny, and she want Matt Canada gone. Guess what? Kenny Pickett took matters in his hands. Boom. Touchdown. Steelers won that last game. Yeah, for real. I sure want to hear what the Chargers had to say. Hey, it's $5 per raffle entry, Matt Badden. If you want to enter the raffle, it's $5 per raffle entry. Yes, sir. All right. So this is Derwin James. He's one of the biggest ops. He's a great player, man. I have nothing bad to say about Derwin James. He is a great player. Great player. Seems to be a very upstanding dude too, man. He's a good dude.
First time talking to you since the team traded away JC. Just your reaction to that move by the team. Obviously, a guy that you really wanted to come here and play, and you guys sort of met there at the Pro Bowl.
Things just ain't work out how we needed to work out, for both sides. And like I said, I felt like it was best for both sides. And like I said, we wanted to work, but it just didn't happen. That's what happens in the NFL.
As far as moving forward, you guys are now going to be pretty settled in terms of the group of five, barring injury, obviously, and your nickel packages. Just having the same guys in there, that continuity, what does that allow you guys to do defensively, and how much improvement do you sort of expect now that you guys are sort of settled there in that secondary group?
It just builds rhythm. As a player, I feel like the more you're in there with the same guys, it's just going to build that rhythm and that trust that we're going to need. And like I say, the sky's the limit for us. We come together and play the way we need to play. How you doing?
Looking ahead to the matchup coming up, when you see Dallas give up 3 interceptions, 3 sacks, give up all the points, what vulnerabilities have you seen just watching some of the tape?
We got to come out and play. You can't look at the vulnerabilities. I'm pretty sure they're going to be pissed off about how they played, So we just got to come out and play. We know we're going to get their best, and they're going to get our best too.
You do have a say in this, but when you're going into a game, would you rather the team you're about to play didn't have happen or what happened in their last game? In terms of waking them up, and like you said, they're probably going to be more.
I feel like overall, man, when you get embarrassed, and like I say, as a human being, anybody that gets embarrassed, you're going to always respond, and there's always going to be that urgency to respond, and we know that, so we'll be ready.
So would you rather have the team?
It don't matter to me. It don't matter. It don't matter.
How beneficial? Most players, I think, don't like the early bye week, but how beneficial was it for you guys, especially with the injuries on defense?
It's very beneficial. Definitely beneficial for me. I feel like I healed up pretty good over the bye for sure, and it helped get some of our guys back out here on the team that we're going to need to carry us for the rest of the season. So it's going to be fun.
You are a full participant?
Yeah,
so
for sure.
You're good to
Yeah, I'm good to go. Yeah, for sure.
Were you close to being able to play?
Last week, I feel like if it was for the game on the line, I could have played for sure. But I guess I feel even better this week, and we don't play the Monday, so I know I'm feel even better come Monday night. So.
How different is this Dallas offense maybe compared to the one you guys faced a couple years ago?
It's a lot different. They had Zeke and Pollard kind of combination, so it's a lot different with the younger backs they have, and Pollard and Dak and Gallup, some of the guys. So we just got to be ready for them. They spread the ball around. They're kind of balanced, so just be ready.
More of a short passing game now, maybe?
Yeah, for sure.
And that was a live look at the op. He actually didn't say anything. He actually ain't say nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? He actually ain't say nothing out the way. So he ain't giving no bulletin board material. Let's see. He's right. He's not lying. FSU breed dogs. Yeah, he a damn good player, man. He is a damn good player. A very good media trainer, Trey Fargo. No bulletin board material. No bulletin board material. And listen, yeah, you is not lying. You ain't lying, because they try to egg him on into saying something out the way. Yeah, they all want him to say something bad, but like I say, but yeah, so that was just him speaking. So let's see. I'm trying to see if there's any more of our guys that has some things to say. We ain't looked at Tony Pollard yet, so I think we'll play Tony Pollard next. Because TP has some stuff to say, how he's feeling, what to expect, everything else. So I'm interested to see what RB1 has to say. So let's see what TP got to say next. He said our running game is different. He said our running game is different, but he ain't lied. You had Zeke and Pollard. That was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, Ezekiel Elliott was 1,000-yard back, and Tony Pollard had like 700 yards rushing. So you had a super dangerous rushing attack 2 years ago in 2021, right? So he ain't said nothing wrong. Man, Derwin James a monster. Derwin James a monster. I would love to have Derwin James on this team. Said you don't want all 4 Charger fans getting onto your social media if you talk trash talk and don't come through, man. He said, don't let them 49ers pick you up like that again, man. Man. All right, here my boy TP, man. Here my boy TP.
Getting back to practice and getting back to the drawing board.
I mean, we came in, we watched the film, went over what we did wrong, how we could correct things, and at this point, on to the next one. Looking forward to the Chargers.
Why do you have? It seems like you don't have an identity. Do you know what your identity is on offense?
Yeah.
What is it?
Being a physical team, going out there, winning games.
Have y'all had the consistency? Have y'all been able to get a rhythm so far this year?
I would say we haven't had the consistency that we would like, but it's early in the season. It's one game, so we keep it pushing.
How anxious are you guys to get back out there on the field and kind of wash that bad taste out of your mouth?
Yeah, I mean, just like earlier in the year when we had our loss, it's always big to flush it out, come back the next week and get that win and stop the negative energy.
More of a wake-up call than the Arizona loss?
I mean, the better team won that day. That's all I say.
How important is it for this offensive line and this current combination, your strong front five, to continue to get reps as far as improving as the weeks go along?
I mean, it's very important. I mean, the offense goes through those guys. It all starts up front. So as long as we got those guys healthy, we're in the window for everything.
Tony, coming off a loss like that, what are you seeing from the leadership this week? What do you see?
Guys not panicking, not trying to do too much, not, going haywire, things like that. Guys just locking in, focusing up, blocking out the distractions and just, getting ready for this week.
With the frustration, obviously you're frustrated after that kind of game. How do you deal with that and make sure it doesn't linger in a bad way?
Be better, play better, come out here to practice, go to work, put the work in so you can't be mad when it comes game day. You've left it all out there on the field.
How do you try to guide some of the younger guys in your room to say, we have to move on, don't worry about what happened against San Francisco?
I mean, just look at the older guys around the team, in the rooms, and just see how we go about things, how we just block out the noise and just focus in for this week.
How do you block out the noise?
It's a part of being a professional. It's just something that you have to learn how to do.
What's the difference 5 games in now with Mike to what you guys had with Kellen? What do you think the differences are offensively, what both guys like to do?
I would say just the philosophy of how they do things. I think Kellen is the guy that wants to put up a lot of points. I feel like I would say McCarthy is the guy who's really just trying to win, complimentary football, whatever it takes. So I would say that.
How important was Kellen in your development?
I mean, he was big. Just having him here with me for the years that I was here with him, being able to put me in different spots, use my talents in different areas, so it was big.
Chargers are 7th in terms of scoring this year. In terms of complimentary football, is this maybe a game where you say, hey, we might have to score a little bit more to kind of complement the defense a little bit more?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, offense, we've known, from the start of the season that, we have to pick it up. We got to get in the end zone more. We got to find touchdowns instead of 3. So we know we have a chip on our shoulder this week.
Tony, can you talk about just success that you've had at SoFi? 2 years ago, you beat them. You had over 100 yards. Last year against the Rams, you had the big touchdown run. What's it been like having success in that building?
I mean, it's a great place to play. It gets really loud in there. Cowboy fans do a great job showing up for us, every time we play. But, I think it's just a big shout out to the fans. You know how they make us feel at home. You know, no matter where we play at.
All right, man. That was TP and his feelings on the game, man. Y'all said they got him on that quick. Yeah, they did. He said, and we was the last game, so you know they couldn't turn it to another game during that blowout, man. It was like watching a train wreck. And I do agree that as bad as Dak Prescott played, Tony Pollard didn't play well either. Right? Your passing game didn't really work the way it should have. Your run game didn't really work the way it should have. You know, so like we on every phase of the offense, passing and rushing, we were not adequate enough to win that football game. We just weren't. You know, I hate to say it, but we were not adequate enough. But, you know, hopefully things change this week. Like I say, this is another test. You know, there was another test. You know, right now, you're trying to move to 4-2, and that's the most important thing right now. That is the most important thing right now. Going to 4-2, going to the bye, trying to get healthy, come right back up. They said, "Yeah, I didn't realize that Zach Moore got his ass whooped like that, man. Until I went and looked at his grades, like, damn, I didn't know that cuz had gave up a sack and got whooped up on like that, man. Yeah, Terrence Steele shit was like an 8. Like Terrence Steele graded out as an 8, dog. Yeah, that was horrible. It was horrible. But yeah, there's not really much you can hang your hat on from what the offense is. Man, yeah, like Zach Moore don't ever get whooped. If he went out sad and you know it was a rough night. I say somebody put some hoodoo on my team before the game. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I think that bye is perfect time. And yeah, go to 4-2, go into the bye, and you pray about everything else. Because it's gonna be a long ass week. It's gonna be a long ass 2 weeks. If the Dallas Cowboys are 3-3 going into that bye. It's gonna be long. And listen, some of y'all already ready to jump off a bridge right now, losing to the 49ers, a team that we were not even favored against. Imagine if we lose to the Chargers in a game that we're supposed to win. It said players F up. They sure do. Yeah, Tyler Smith is playing all pro level football. Tyler Smith is playing all pro level football. Yeah, speaking of our injury report, your boy Peyton Hendershot has gone to IR. So Peyton Hendershot is done for at least 4 weeks. He has not progressed at all through that ankle injury that he suffered. So Peyton Hendershot, and he really has not performed anyway this season, but Peyton Hendershot will be gone for at least 4 weeks. Yeah, he on IR. He's on IR right now. Peyton Hendershot is going to be a no-show for at least 4 weeks. All right, so let's see. So they got the Damone Clark next, and I think this is the last one we're going to watch. It said Peyton ankle. Y'all so wild. Y'all said a Peyton ankle shot. It might be shot right now. All right, here we go. This is the Damone Clark.
But you got to think at some point your health is more important. I know for me, I got a 3-year-old daughter. So when it's all said and done, I want to be able to go and, play with my daughter. And when I have more kids, I want to be able to go play with my other kids. So, I mean, obviously we got the best medical team here. They're going to take care of Leighton. And we're going to be here when you get back.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Damone, I know we were late, but what is the defense going to do to make up with the loss of Leighton?
I mean, next man up mentality. You know what I'm saying? The guys in this locker room, the guys on defense, the coaches, we know what we have to do. We're not going to make it a big deal. Obviously, we lost Leighton, but that's another opportunity for myself. Malik Jefferson, for Marquise Bell. That's more opportunity for us to step up, and we're gonna do it.
How does it? Can you talk a little bit about ways in which you can step up?
Oh, just go out there and be more vocal. I'm not gonna do nothing that I haven't done already. I'm not gonna make this moment no bigger than what it already is. I'm gonna go out there. I have the trust of my coaches, the trust of my teammates. I'm gonna go out there and be me. And like I just was telling those guys, I'm gonna play for myself. I'm gonna play for this team, my family, and I'm gonna do it for Leighton because I know he want to be out there with us.
How big of a challenge is Austin Eckler?
I mean, obviously he in the league. You couldn't get here just for no reason, you know what I'm saying? So obviously he has his strengths, we have our strengths, and it's going to be fun when we go out there and play on Monday.
How do y'all respond after a week like last week?
The only way to sit there and get the bad taste out of our mouth, we got to go kick somebody else's ass. Like that's the bottom line. That's what we have to do.
Just talk about what kind of season you were seeing from him so far. Leading into the year. Talk about him, being multi-positional, working on new things. He's been a big part of your defense.
Yeah, I mean, even in the off season, like I was training with Leighton in the off season, so. The way that we was training together every day in the off season, it's not a surprise. Even last year, Leighton had a really good season last year, and he just was looking to add to that, and he'll be back. He'll be back, and I know he's gonna be back to the same person that he was before he got injured.
Have you had a chance to talk with him since his disappointment?
Yeah, I mean, I talked to Leighton. Obviously, he going through different things, different thoughts and stuff like that, which we all go through it when you not able to do the things that you love to do, but he in good spirits though. He know at the end of the day that we got his back, and I told him, most importantly, I got his back. I'm gonna go out there and play for myself, this team, my family. I'm gonna play for him too because I know he want to be out there with us.
And I think he's had neck problems before, right? I mean, is that a little scarier when it's a repeat?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is. I understand, especially for your neck. You know what I'm saying? I know for myself, I had neck surgery too. You know what I'm saying? And you never want to see someone get hurt, and you never want it yourself. You never want to be hurt yourself. But like I said, that's part of the game. You know what I'm saying? And after that, you gotta think. At the end of the day, it's life and it's football too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but he okay though.
You mentioned stepping up with him going down. Just talk more about what's on your shoulders now.
I mean, to be honest with you, there's no more on my shoulders. You know what I'm saying? It's the same that's been happening for the past 5 weeks that we've been playing.
Is it more on Marquise or certain other guys?
Nah, you don't make the moment no bigger than it is. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's football. You just go out there communicating with each other.
You look across at these Chargers. What's the challenge? I mean, Eckler's coming back from an injury. What can you talk about the challenge with him?
I mean, they have their strengths. We have our strengths. We'll sell it on the field on Monday.
Him specifically, though, what makes him so dangerous? Is it his shiftiness? What is it?
He can do whatever. He gonna do whatever his team needs him to do out of the backfield, whether it's running, whether it's catching out of the backfield. Like I say, they have their strengths. We have our strengths, and we're gonna fight on Monday.
Did you happen to see Tyler Smith's block on Fred Warner?
No, I saw it on film, yeah, but obviously when it happened, because we was on the sideline making adjustments.
Yeah, just Tyler Smith, I mean, you probably went up against him, I'm assuming, in training camp and stuff. How strong is he, and just how much evidence was that play of that?
I mean, the video says it all. The video says it all.
It's tough to go up against in practice?
I mean, he got his strengths, I got my strengths. Yeah, but I mean, obviously, yeah. It's tough going against him. I know he's going to make me better. The guys on his team know he's going to make us better. Yeah.
Have you seen a play like that many times before? Where he kind of ragdolled Fred.
Nah, I never saw a play like that. I mean, it was an amazing play. Obviously, we got to go out there on Monday, do it again. That's all it is.
Thanks, man. We'll let you
Thank y'all. Appreciate you.
All right, that was Damone Clark and his thoughts. They interviewed him. So, there was quite a few, man. We got through all of them, look like. So we talked, we seen Jake Ferguson, what he had to say, seen TP, Brandon Cooks, we seen Rashan Evans. No, we seen everybody, man. We seen everybody that had something to say, in regards to the Dallas Cowboys. Or did we? Let me look. Oh, that's one more. We got one more, and then we'll be out of here. Tyler Smith. We talking to Tyler Smith. Looks like he looked like Amari Cooper to me. He looked like Amari Cooper to me. But this will be the last one we watch, and then we're gonna get on out of here, man. Yeah, Tyler Smith has played great. Right, he surprised me because coming out of college, man, I didn't really see it. But Dallas Cowboys saw him as a guard. He's playing exceptional at guard. He filled in last year, played pretty decently at tackle. So Tyler Smith is a huge win for the Dallas Cowboys front office because all these other tackles that got taken ahead of him have not played as good as him. All these other offensive linemen that went before Tyler Smith have not played as good as Tyler Smith has. Hey, appreciate you, man. Frank Cartwright. But yeah, this will be the last one. We'll see what Tyler Smith got to say.
After that loss, what are you seeing this week from the leadership?
The sense of urgency is there. We know that we didn't play to our best level last week, and we know what the standard is. And I feel like that standard's been reinforced in practice from the pre-snap operation to the post-snap operation, the cover and finishing after the play, to just knowing your assignment. Even in meetings, we're taking a more active approach. We're going to the skillet. We're actually looking at cards and then going and doing them before practice, and then we have a walkthrough, and then we're going to practice. So I feel like the preparation has just been up in itself, and guys understand too.
You think about walking off that field Sunday night, what was the frustration?
The frustration was, we didn't go out there and play our best ball. We knew that was it was a regular season game, but we know that it meant a little bit more than a regular game. And so going out there and, just losing that the way we did, it was just disappointing because we know what type of football team we are. We know how talented we are. We know how good we can be. It's just about showing up and being consistent with that.
Is it flush now?
I definitely say I don't think we should forget something like that. You definitely got to flush it and move on. But just definitely keep that feeling with you. Just understand that, if you don't operate, at the standard that that you can, you can lose and you can lose bad. So I think it's all about, moving on to the next week, but just, kind of carrying that sense of urgency with you.
And life moves fast in this league, right?
Exactly.
The Chargers, they're 2-2, but they lost 2 games by 5 total points, one of them in overtime. What's the challenge?
They're a solid squad. It's going to be the same challenge you see every week. You're going to go against a talented squad. You're going to have good players, and you're going to have to isolate them. You're going to have to cut some guys out, shut some guys down. But it's all about us at the end of the day. I feel like as long as we do what we know we can do, we'll have the result that we want.
What's the challenge that Khalil Mack provides?
He's a great defensive end. Obviously, we're going to game plan it up, and we'll have a plan for that. But, he's a great player.
Tyler, can you take us through that block you had on Fred Warner? One play, but
it was it was like a little toss scheme. I got up to the second level. Obviously, I knew I had to cut off the angle, and he stuck out his arm, and so he kind of gave me a bridge, and so I just played the way that I play. I took full advantage, full finish, and just kind of it was a really good block. But that's something I should be doing.
How does it feel to kind of ragdoll somebody in the NFL?
It's a great feeling for sure. That's part of the way. One of the reasons I love offensive line. It's the same thing I was doing in college, just kind of playing the way I know I can play and just having fun with it.
One of the things coaches have talked about is how quickly you earned respect amongst the other offensive linemen. It's not given, it's earned. What was your mentality coming in last year in terms of trying to earn that respect?
Ultimately to contribute. Coming out of college, I was a tackle. Coming here, I knew they wanted me to play more guard from the onset. And so my biggest thing was just getting up to speed with the game plan, learning from the guys in the room and just being able to contribute from that first year. I just wanted to, do my part. And I felt like that was the most important thing.
You kind of take that mentality into this year?
Oh, definitely. You keep getting better, always stacking. I'm always trying to stack, always trying to get better. So, you never stop learning. You can never stop getting better. And if you think you can't get better, you might not be here long. So just keep stacking.
Tyler, is there a big difference between Bosa and
yeah, they're like two different players. In a literal sense, they're two different players. Obviously, very talented pass rushers, extremely athletic, but they are two different players, and you have to study them and learn their tendencies as such. So, yeah.
Is it just difference in one you got to be more aggressive, one you got to hold back, or how do you prepare for that?
You really got to watch the tape because Khalil likes to rush high. Typically, he likes to rush high, counter at the level of the quarterback, long arm, chop rip. Those are his moves. Bosa, he also has his certain moves. He can do it all. He can spin. He can do an inside move, certain things, but it's all about breaking down the film and learning each specific player's tendencies. You can't really necessarily lump them together because they are two different players. They have two different play styles. So.
With the bye week coming up, does this take on even more relevance to one practice before then?
If we had a team to play next week, I think this game would still be just as relevant as it is. It's all it's about for us right now is just stacking and getting back in the win column. So, we got to take each week as if it's our Super Bowl and go from there.
I know you guys play complementary football on offense, but Chargers score about 28 points a game, 7th highest rate scoring team in the league. Long question short, do you you guys kind of feel like, hey, to complement the defense this week, we definitely got to score a little bit more?
I mean, that's always been our focus from early on in the year. You know, there have been games where we got in the red zone and we haven't scored, and we're an offense that can score. So just getting in that end zone and getting those points, like you said, and playing complementary football is what we've been trying to get to. So that's something we're going to continue to get better at. Obviously, it's something we're very urgent about in practice, but yeah, it's really important.
Thanks, Alex.
No problem at all. I mean, it's really good. Like, Zach is such a smart player, best in the business. Like, a guy that has more all-pro votes than holding calls. Like, everybody knows a crazy statistic. But he teaches me a lot, and he continues to teach me. You know, even though, I may do some things well, he's still, he's still that leader. He's still that, that mentor in terms of just being like, hey, if you want to be a little more efficient here, shorten this step and go here. And it just makes me better as a player, and it makes our room better. So, yeah, it's super cool.
Have you found yourself leaning on some of his advice more this year since you're locked into guard mode as opposed to switching back and forth between the inside and outside?
Oh, definitely so. Like, I study Zach's tape all the time, even now, like from his kicks to the way he punches, the way he resets his hands, like all those little things. Because I know he's doing that at a high level. And, his consistency is a rare consistency, but the things that he does always has a purpose. And I do implement some of those things to my own game. Obviously, me and Zach are different players, but a lot of the things that he does really well, I do implement into my game because it's universal. It's fundamental. So.
All right, that was the last one, man. That was the boy Tyler Smith. And listen, they refocus. They're working harder. Once you go through, the kind of loss that you go through, behind closed doors, man, there were folks got cussed out. Folks is beefing. They need this win to save face. So they're going hard at it in practice now. Right? They're going hard at it. They're putting a lot of pressure on themselves to win this game, as they should. We need it. We need it. So listen, he said, did we learn anything from the loss? We'll find out Monday night. That's the beautiful thing about the NFL. The beautiful thing about the NFL is we will see if they learn from their mistakes, if they're going to put their best foot forward after what happened. It said, okay, yeah. I'm gonna jot some of these names down too, kinfolk. I do appreciate you for providing for them. But yeah, man, we finna get on out of here, man. We've been on here for damn near 3 hours, 2 hours and 22 minutes. Y'all is the real MVPs for rocking with your boy for this long. Listen to me ramble on about these Dallas Cowboys, man. So I do appreciate y'all for taking time out of your day to rock with your boy. On the way out of the liquor store, man, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that share button, continue to slap the dog shit out of these Chargers fans, because they is the ops for this week. So if you slap up a Chargers fan, I'll give you a discount over here in the liquor store. And please continue to hit that Cash App and that super chat on the way out, man. We're trying to raffle off these 3 different prizes. We got the jersey, the copy of Madden, and the bobblehead still in play. So hit the Cash App or the super chat, $5 per raffle entry, man. We ain't gonna stop until November. But thank y'all for supporting, showing love. I'm going to holler at y'all, man. Y'all have a good night.